Well, Facebook done it again. Not Facebook, not just Facebook. Facebook done it again. Not Facebook, not just Facebook. Not just Facebook, but also YouTube. Man, you know they got this thing rigged to where man, they doing all kinds of stuff this morning. Man. I'm just telling you. I mean, they had this, especially with this thing going on with these with out there doing young people out there doing, man. They don't. Boy, if all our young people would just humble themselves and understand what's going on, it's going on, man. It's not going to change nothing. You got to do all the march. If you want the thing was going to change, it would change way back there in the 60s when they done all this march. Didn't change nothing, man. Not nothing for the best, anyway. All I can do is tell you, give it to you as the Lord God has given it unto me. Let me get this camera thing, trying to get it right, because they mess with that also. Yeah, they mess with that also. But the Lord God say, what you're doing in the dark she'll come to the light. Give it a few minutes. Then after the few minutes, I'm just gonna go ahead on into it because I know what's going on. They already showed me that they had a dream about it, really. Yeah, I had a dream about it. I had a dream about it all. I'm gonna tell you the dream. You know, I wrote the dream down. I'm gonna tell it to you. Give me a few minutes to calm down, as I say, as I was saying, calm down. I was trying to get to go from here to YouTube also, but I don't know what happened. I sure don't know what happened. I was trying to have a both stream at the same time, this and YouTube, but something is going wrong with it. Something's going on. But the program has started. Just give me a few more minutes and then we're going to just jump right on into it. Get it started. Because these things you need to know what's going on. As a Lord God, boy, Lord God is serious. People don't understand how serious God is about this, what's going on. You think God don't see what's happening, don't know what's going on, man? Come on, man. God sees and knows everything. And he letting you know that he sees and knows what's going on. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, he's letting you know. But some people refuse to hearken, we refuse to obey, we refuse to humble ourselves. And so by us refusing to humble ourselves, these things it's going to come on us. It's going to come worse than what they are now. Watch. Just keep watching. I told you what they was going I told you what they was going to do. Yeah, I told you what they were going to do. They do it all the time. It's not nothing new what they're doing. They've been doing this. Yeah, they've been doing it. Oh, yeah, this not nothing new what they're doing. They've been doing it. So give me a few minutes, and I'll be back, and we'll start it off like it's supposed to be done. Very important. Everything I tell you is very important. Why? Because that time is clicking. That clock, it's loud, boy. You can hear that clock ticking. You know it. You know it. You know what time is. Satan trying to do everything he can do right now to get you involved in that foolishness. Because that's all it is, foolishness. Oh yeah. And when it's all said and done, when you out there with that march and stuff, you're gonna have a lot of y'all gonna get killed out there. I'm telling you, it's a design plan. There's a design plan that came from that last amendment from Obama administration. That's what this is about. All right, all right. And from that administration to this administration, I'm saying, yeah, I told you, man, I saw Trump. Lord God showed me Trump riding a red horse when he first got in office. Before he got in office, really, he showed me Donald Trump riding a red horse. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. Yeah, yeah. But I told you at first what they was gonna do. They're gonna cue the dough shake as soon as it get hot. What they was gonna do? They were gonna cue the dough shakers. Then after the dough shakers, they cue who? The gatekeepers. Then after the gatekeepers, what they do? They're gonna cue the master gatekeeper, as they call out Martin Luther King III, and Mark Morrell, I forgot what they call them boys. They got a name for 'em. They wanted me to be one of them boys growing up. They taught me all their ways when they were growing up, but Lord God snatched me right from under their hand, sent me right to the projects. Now, when they taught me all that foolishness, God just took me and brought me to the project. Showed me how people was really going through and not to be a part of their foolishness. With all the education sitting behind the desk and you're going to be a ruler of your people. It doesn't work like that. And they go with all that foolishness and doing all those things and think they're going well. It's not. Because at the close of the day, you're going to die and you still going to have to answer for it. Oh, yeah, you're going to answer. Oh, yeah, you're going to answer because you had a chance to change all this. Yeah, you're supposed to leave your children, you're supposed to let God people right. This morning also, I'm going to get up and take a break. Just let me get through this. So this morning, of course, I'm going to listen. Listen to the Hagin ministry, Matt and John Hagin. There they go. There they go with the buffering. See, the buffering. Buffering to change the video. There they go. God already showing that they infiltrated all the videos and everything that people watch. But this have to be, man. This have to be. When it's over, don't worry. You're going to come out on top and they're going to be at the bottom. You once again going to be the head and they once again going to be the tail. So it's talking about the Hagin ministry. So in the Hagin ministry, talking about the same thing. Same thing. Fly your way doctrine. God wants you to be rich doctrine. And all those different doctrines. And this going to change and you're going to get better. And we taking America back and America will be great again. All that foolishness, man. America always been great for the heathen. Always been great for Esau children, the Edomites. Now been great for Israel because we were sent over here to be punished, to get our hearts right. And while we was getting our hearts right, teaching them, telling them about the God, Lord God, the God that we serve. And those things have been done. So now, next thing you do, you're going to show that God is a God of his word. When we turn back to him, that's what's going to happen to them. So let me get up for a few minutes and I'll be back. Mhm. Time is running out. Time is getting short. Yeah, I'm telling you. All I can do is tell you like it's telling me. Time is getting short. Told you. Now you know the year. So you had what, less than 2 years left? Yeah, because I started this last year around this time. Sure did. Yeah, I started to go read, listen to Behold Elijah video 39. That's whatever date that is, that's the whatever date is on there, that's the date that I started. So you know that year is up. I'm always waiting for the year to be up for the 144,000 being collected right now. And once the 144,000 being collected, man, you're gonna really get started there. You already told me, show me. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So what I did, I went and looked for the things, the books and the things I told you I was gonna find for you. So I did that. So when I did that, also man, Lord God, put it on me this morning. Yeah, last night, this morning, kept on. Every time I think I was over it, he brought it back. Jeremiah. Brought back Jeremiah, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, because Ezekiel and Jeremiah just about mirror each other. But man, did he wear me out with Jeremiah? He did. He showed me all the things that was in Jeremiah that's coming to pass. Oh yes, he did. Also, he showed me in the book of in the Testament of Solomon. This is Testament of Solomon. Well, the Testament of Solomon. So I guess I have to go to that camera and turn it so you can see it. Let me see if I can do it though. If I can do it, if I could do it. Well, even if I do it on this side, they always bring it back on your side. Let me see. The Testament of Solomon. That's where we're going. We're going to that book, the Testament of Solomon. Let me get it so we can go back. So in the Testament of Solomon, we're going to, we're going to get to what the video is about. For the Testament of Solomon, we're going to, this one, page 34. Page 34. It said, I am a glorified God. I command the spirits to be drawn into what Theal, along with 10 jugs of water and of 2 measure each. And I sealed them around up above with the marble asphalt and pitch into the mouth of the vessel, and having sealed it with my ring, I ordered it to be deposited in the temple of God, and I ordered another spirit to come before me. So see, this is what they don't tell you in the Holy Scripture. Solomon had all those demons in the temple of God and jugs and everything. That's why he had peace throughout all his reign, because, well, for a little bit of his reign. At the beginning of his reign, he did anyway. Okay, let's see. And there came before me a face of an enslaved spirit, having spiritly the form of a man, with gleaming eyes, and bearing in his hand a blade, beaming eyes, and bearing in his hand a blade. And I asked him, Who art thou? But he answered, I am a lavish spirit engendered of a great man who died in the massacre in the time of the giants. See, all these things are documented. You just have to know where to find, because what happened was this. Jews, those who say they're Jews or not, man, the 5 Pharisees and scribes, don't worry about, just listen to my voice. Just listen to my voice. Don't worry about all the other foolishness. Just listen to my voice. Because the video won't mess up and go out and do everything that they want it to do. So, but anyway, so he said, I died in the massacre of the time of the giants. I said to him, tell me who art employed upon the earth, and where thou hast thy dwelling. He said, my dwelling is a fruitful place, but my procedure is this. I set myself beside the men who pass along among the tombs, and in a time of season I assume the form of the dead, and if I catch anyone at once, I destroy him with my sword. But if I cannot destroy him, I cause him to be possessed with a demon, and devour his own flesh, and the hair to fall off his chin. But I say to him, do thou then be feared of the God of heaven and earth? He tell me, by what angels thou art frustrated? He answered, he destroys who is to become Savior. See, he destroyed me who is to become Savior. That's what he said, only Jesus can destroy. Well, more than Jesus can destroy, but that's what he tell him. Because when Lord God, that, see, you got to understand, this was the man who had them chains and stuff in the tombs. Yeah, he had that spirit. That's who this demon is. Because he told you what he did. Okay, he destroyed me, the Savior. Man's number should be written on his forehead. If anyone shall write it on his forehead, he will defeat me. In fear, I shall quickly retreat. And indeed, if anyone write this sign on him, I shall be in fear. And I shall, on hearing this, heaven glorify the Lord God, shut up the demon like the rest. Okay, so that's the demon. I forgot what he said his name was. What he say? Didn't tell him his name. No, but he told him what he does. Yeah. Spirit, make demons and so that's in this book. So I tell you, man, that these things ain't new. The things have been here, and what they have done, they taking control again. Like they told King Solomon, say, you only here for a little while. After you die, after they destroy the temple, break all those jaws and everything, we're gonna be once again to roam free, and people gonna worship us. Demons that we are like gods, and that's what you're doing without even knowing. All right, so I read that to you. I read that. We're gonna get to it. We'll get to dreams and all that. Just be patient. I read that to you to tell you no demons and everything was tagging us a long time ago. Yeah, they was tagging us during the time of Noah. Let's see if I can read that to you. Because all this about what you're supposed to be doing now. Okay? That's what it's about, what you're supposed to be doing now. We're going to this book. We're going to this book. Let me show you this book. Let me see if we do it. The book of Enoch. That's the book we're going to, the book of Enoch. In the book of Enoch, we're going to chapter, say this is chapter 80. Chapter 80. Chapter 80. Chapter 80. I don't know why I'm at chapter 80, but I guess I marked it. During 1 year, we shall leave you with your children. No. Those who likewise act rightly shall die on account of works of man, and shall be gathered together on account of works of the wicked. In those days they finished conversing with me, and I returned to my fellow, blessing the Lord of the worlds. All right. Then you go Methuselah. Wisdom I have given you to your children and your posterity, that they may reveal to their children for generations forever. This wisdom and their thoughts and those who comprehend it may not slumber, but hear with their ears, that they may learn this wisdom and be deemed worthy of eating this wholesome food. That's what it is, wholesome food. When you eat the wisdom of, that's why the Lord God told you in the Holy Scriptures, in the Holy Bible. These Holy Scriptures also in the Holy Bible. That's why He told us, say, man, y'all still eating bread and drinking milk when you're supposed to be eating food, meat. Not doing it. Not doing it. We're still with these things. All right. So I had that. I wrote it down, marked it down. Because what our Father Enoch told us, when those fallen angels had came, when the fallen angels had came, the member was like the members of a horse, and that's all he did. That's all he wanted with the women. Yeah, the women, the kids, and children, that's all they wanted. And first one star fell, and after that one star fell, then all of this written, then all of them came. Then the people move away from them and start crying out and hollering unto God for God to help them with that situation that they was in. And God heard their cry. Yeah, God heard their cry. And then after God heard their cry, that was it. Yeah. This one said, chapter 85. I looked again attentively while sleeping and surveyed heaven above, and behold, a single star fell from heaven, which being raised up ate and fed among those clouds. After I would see other large and black clouds, and behold, all them changed the stars of special pasture, while the young began to lament one with another. Again, I looked in my vision and surveyed heaven, and behold, I saw many stars which descended and projected themselves from heaven where the first star was. And into the midst of those young ones, while the cows was with them, feeding in the midst of them, I looked and observed them. When I behold all the when I behold, they all acted after the manner of horses and began to approach the young cows, all who had became pregnant and brought forth elephant, camels, and asses. You see? And all these cows was alarmed and terrified and began biting with their teeth, swallowing and striking with their horns. And they began also to devour the cows. And behold, all the children of earth trembled and shook with terror at them, and suddenly fled away. See, they fled away from them. That's what they did. Okay. Now I perceived them when they began to strike and swallow each other on the earth. I cried out. Then I raised my eyes second time towards heaven and saw in a vision that, behold, there came forth from heaven as it were the likeness of a white man. One came forth from thence, and three with him. Now that's for the Noah, because Noah was a bondman. All right. Those who came forth last seized me by the hand, raised me up from their generation of the earth, and elevated me to a high station. And they showed me a lawful tower on the earth, while every hill became diminished. And they say, remain here until you perceive what should come upon the elephants, the camels, the ass, and upon the stalls, and upon all the cows. Now, this is the book of Enoch, by this one by Richard Lawrence, and this chapter 86. But you see, you see, stay here, and he showed them what perceived should come to the elephants, the camels, the ass, and upon the stalls, upon all the cows, because they had become what? They had become infected. Yeah, there was no longer of earth, but their seed had intermingled with those fallen demons. All right, those fallen angels, which was fallen demons, intermingled with them, and they became infected. Yeah, they became infected. Their DNA was changed. The DNA was changed, and that's why God had to destroy them all, because all of them was affected, was none in the right way. Well, the righteousness thing, he took out the world, just like he's doing now, because that's why the people start these riots and things, for you to lose your focus on truly what's happening. Okay. Well, don't worry. Those children out there they're not going to go unpunished. If you Israel, you got no. Now, if you African American, you call yourself African American and all that foolishness, well, you just go out there and do as you please. Christian African American, go ahead and do as you please. But Israel, God's chosen people, what we supposed to be doing? Putting on sackcloth and ashes, because we know this is the end. All right. So you go out there like you want, and you know better than the law of God, and know better than his servant who he have sent. Well, I mean, I haven't started it yet. I'm just going over this first. Yeah. So that's what they did. So them people cried out to God. I mean, it's written in these books. It's written in the book of Enoch. This one by Robert Richard Lawrence, and the other book is by Joseph Lawkins. It's written down in that book also. I read it. By Joseph Lawkins, the same thing would happen to people when they got when those animals and things was eating and fighting and biting them, killing the giants. Yeah, they start eating them, right? They did not say they start eating them. And what they did, they cried out to God. When they cried out to the Lord God had Moses prepared it, and that's what he had did. Sent that deluge. and killed them all. Now, when he killed them all, he made all that water thing go what? Up north and down south and he to the equators, and he froze them. He froze all those fallen angels and things in there. All them demons and all those mastodon, dinosaurs and everything, that he killed them all. Killed them all. And he froze them and killed them all. Now, these archaeologists, these scientists and all of them, they got together. Now they going out there and trying to find out the secret and why they was so big and everything. But all you're doing is getting yourself in a whole lot of mess that you're not going to be able to come out alive from, because they're fallen angels, they're demons. And God, when God puts something, destroy something, put it away, that means leave it alone. Don't you go out there searching and looking for something that's way above your intelligence. Yes, it is. And you're going right out there and find that. Just like that man was in South Africa. And he go down, way down there in the gold mines. I'm talking about where he say, oh, yeah, they got life down there in the gold mine. And he go down there and he go down there and he gets these little worms and these parasites and bring out that stone and bring it back up to earth. And what you think that's going to happen? Because he don't know what that is. He don't know. He bring up there to study. And he's not going to find out everything that is going on with him, because what? A lot of that stuff is hidden from man because God made it so. All right. Okay, well, you just going on. Just like in Egypt, they found these man's graves. And they looked at the man's, ooh, these some man's graves. Oh, I wonder why they's here. And they go pick up those bodies, and not knowing that that's a part of the plagues what God sent here. And you just went up there and dug that up. Now you're going to release all that plagues and stuff in the environment. Let me tell you something I learned a long time ago. I'm going to start a program here. A long time ago, I learned that every time, I notice it, every time they have an asteroid immediate fall from the earth, fall and hit the earth, then next thing you know, they have some type of plague hit the earth. Yeah. Oh yeah, Lord God showed me that. Yeah, every time one comes from outer space, they got something on that, some virus, some parasite, some plague, and the Lord God just sent it to the earth. Boom, and it hit the earth, and it start off a little small thing. Somebody said, oh, it hit over here, let's go see, let's go dig it up and see what it is. And you get it, and you contaminate it, and then you spray that contamination to somebody else next to somebody, and next is sprayed all over the world. Lord God knows what he's doing. It's man refused, the stubborn, stiff-necked, and rebel. Say, oh yeah, he said that. So you whipped me with that all the week, all this weekend anyway. So all during the covenant. So let's go. Let me see if I find the paper. Let me go see if I can find the paper. All right, I got to do this again. Be patient, be patient, be patient. Be patient. Let them people do their thing and you do yours. This is not by, let's see if I can, get it. This is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts. And when you look at this paper, this message, this is the Lord God message, when he told, just read it. And he told him, say, write it down and make it plain that he may run with it, that get a hold of it. Yeah, then they tell you, and he told you the last day you're going to send Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel, I'm going to use you as a signet for the last days, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord. So what's the spirit of prophecy? And that prophecy started all the way, well, it started before Father Adam, but all the way from Adam and come all the way back. That prophecy, even right now today, that prophecy is going on. All right, well, you don't have to believe, but know this. Within this next year or so, it ain't going to go well for you uniting the bonds of forever covenant. I'm just telling you. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. That's your warning. You get nothing else after this. You're not, because it's going to be here. It's here now. It's just growing up. And he's watching it. All right. So it's not by, I'm Elijah, and the Lord God told you, Malachi chapter 4, verse, I say before the 6th. You see, I'm going to send Elijah to you before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, and shall turn the hearts of the children back to the father, false heart, father's heart back to the children. What? At least I come and strike the earth with what? A curse. Man, that curse. Yeah, but we also know that the 10 plagues have started. The 10 plagues that he showed for the Adam. I mean, for the Abraham. So let's go. Also, Malachi chapter 3, but who I will send my messenger, he shall prepare the way before me, and the Lord whom you seek shall suddenly come to his temple. Even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in, behold, he shall come, say the Lord of hosts. And I'm here. You might be looking for somebody else, which you always do. Yeah, man, the people was Jesus came and humble in such a manner, and he came through Israel. He didn't come through them Jews and everything. They ain't like that. They're like me. They don't like me. Color of my skin, the way I speak, how I talk, how I converse with them. I'm not trying to please you. I'm trying to warn you to return from your evil and sinful and wicked ways. Yeah, because this is it. This is it. That's what I'm here to do. To warn you from an evil and sinful way. Okay, let's get into it. Now we're into it. So, so you have the children now all over the world. They first they send those. This is not new. This is not new. I'm gonna read it to you. This is not new. First, they couldn't get Israel to go out there like in the numbers that they wanted. So what they did, they sent those little white youngsters out there and get them started for what? To draw Israel into that foolishness. And once they draw Israel into that foolishness, now they're going to get out there, rob, loot, and start all that stuff, and then get them on camera, because they got you on camera. They got you. And then what they do, then they send the National Guard out there. So while the National Guard out there doing everything, these people going to come back upon you. Yeah, man, don't think these people not going to come. These people are going to come back upon you and go those videos and everything, find who you are, and bring you right there. Get you right there and bring you on down, charge you whatever they need to charge you with. You're going to see. Just keep watching. Because that's what the whole plan is. The plan is to get you out of a peaceful demonstration and get you to rob and steal, loot and everything. But you don't. If you're Israel, you ain't got no business out there anyway. But if you still calling yourself African American, you just go right on ahead. And you think God is not going to punish you? You like I told you, you've been greatly deceived. Because God is going to punish you. God did not spare Jesus. Why? Because of righteousness, and He's a righteous God. He didn't spare me neither. Don't think He didn't chastise me for all the wrong and things that I have done. Even King David himself didn't get away with it. So who you think you're going to get out there and loot and steal and bring Father God into open shame, and then you're going to get away with it? Come on, man. Come on, man. I told you, all you at the gates of hell. You at the gates of hell, and you're going to be pushing yourself right over there in the abyss, because you die out there in that foolishness, you sure going to be judged for it. All right? Okay? Now you just keep on going. All of them else out there with that demonstration. God didn't tell you to do that. No, He didn't tell you to get out there and go demonstrate and all that. That's for them. He got those who out there that got their children out there doing, because this is their time to see whether they're going to go the right way or they're going to go the wrong way, or they're going to go out there and try to change all that. With how you going to change something that's been voted on, not just voted on? It's an institution, and that institution is in everything they did, everything they put in this world for do what? To keep Israel slave and bind and in captivity. That's what they do. They don't want to destroy you completely. They just want to diminish you, get you less as possible if they can. So that's what we're going at today. But also the Lord God has given me, He put it on. Well, I guess we can go there for it. Let's get to the dreams. With those who are in there just for the dream, let me get to the dream. So you can go ahead on and do your thing. Just go ahead. I mean, the dreams are for you. Yeah, there's a lot more going to happen, yeah. Okay. This is how it started. Yeah, I was trying, it didn't come true at first. These dreams just in the morning time, they didn't come true at first. It didn't. I'll tell you that they didn't. But during as time went on, and I started resting, and then they started coming true. Yeah. It said, I don't know, you know how the backdrop of a computer have a black screen, your television have a black screen, and then the writing come on the screen. So just the way this was. Weird facts appeared on this blackboard and looked like about 5 of them. That's what it said on the blackboard. Weird facts appeared on this blackboard, looked like about 5 of them. It was in writing and it was in white. The backdrop was black and the writing was in white. Because you know, it used to be the white being the backdrop and the black used to be the letters. But this was different. The backdrop was black and the white was the letters. And said, weird facts appeared on this blackboard and looked like about 5 of them. That was the fact. So then I go back to sleep and everything. And so I was in the office with this woman. She was sitting at this, I won't go back over it, but let's read it for you. I was in the office with this woman. She was sitting at this desk talking with someone. This machine looked like a fax machine, great. And she was talking. I told her in a sign language to stop talking. They was listening to her. She stopped. We started a conversation, and I was telling her about the 5 things Most High had me to do. But I couldn't only remember about 3 of the 5, and I wrote them down, and she read them. And we had a long conversation about them. She asked me all about them. We both were sitting down in the chair. The desk was across from us, where she was asking me the question about them. I wrote down 5 and gave it to her. And I explained all unto her, each in detail as she asked. After we started talking, she said, you know, I don't go to church. She said, I don't go to church. Now what? And I said, what? For the gospel? And we are for the gossip. And we are all on the 2nd floor now, if I say that. And they had this young man came into the room, Israel, with bread in his hand. She called it the world bread. She called it the world bread. It was a long, thin loaf, looked like flat bread. I said, you must be, I said to the young man, I said, you must be used to eating it by now. And he didn't say anything. I just finished fixing the bread. Next thing I was listening to these men talking about a Ford truck. Now this is a different vision. I'm still lying down, and I can hear the man's talking about the Ford truck. And as they have taken over controls of its seat. So I said to the device started moving the seat. So I took hold of the device and started moving the seats forward, backwards, started giggling how this man was sitting in it and was saying, hey, what the heck? And I woke up from it. So let me explain that dream. So in a dream, I'm in a room on the ground floor. So I'm in the room and the woman's on the phone and she's talking to someone. And they have like the old type fax machine or the old type recorder, you know, gray type looking thing. And so as she was on the phone and everything, I told her the sign language. I gave her the sign language, told her like, just told her, that's what I told her. And so she understood. So she stopped talking and she stopped talking. Then she listened to her. Then she hung up the phone. She stopped the conversation. So when she stopped the conversation, I was telling her about the 5 things the Most High had me to do. Yeah, I had to do some things, but I could only remember like 3 of them. But one of the things it was like one of the things like I told her, I had to get everybody out the church house. I had to tell them about get out them church houses. Yeah, I told them that the Lord God was gonna close down the church. I did. Go ask the people that was in Ephesus when they used to see me coming, they liked to see me coming. They knew I was different. They knew something was about me. And the way I spoke and talked, boy, they did was like, oh, he's not like us. Yeah, I told him, said, God, I'm destroy it. Yeah, the next thing I told him that God was gonna make that river come in on New Orleans. That's what I told him. I said, man, I saw that preaching that river. I saw that preaching that river. And what else I told her? Might have told her I went to Jamaica, something like that. I couldn't remember all of them, but I said all I could remember 3 out of the 5, and I wrote them down, and she read them. See, and she read them. We had a long conversation about them. She asked me about them both, and we listened. As we both were sitting down in the chair, she was sitting in that chair. close to the desk, and I was sitting across from her. And she asked me more questions about them. And I answered all the questions about all of them. And I wrote down 5 and gave it to her. And she explained all unto, and I explained all unto her, each in detail as she asked it. Now she started talking. She said, you know, I don't go to church anymore. That was one of the 5 things I had to do. I had to get the people out of the church house and start once again believing in Jesus. Once again believing in the Lord God. Once again calling on the Most High God. And get out those church houses. But the church house had, that's what I told us, the church house had become corrupt in all their ways and all their doings. And you have to get out of them. As the Lord God has given the message unto me to give unto the others. Get out of those church houses, synagogues, sanctuary, high place, temple, and tabernacle, because they are polluted. They're not like they once were. They're filthy and polluted. And that's what he told me. And then he brought me back to the book of Jeremiah and remind me how filthy and polluted that they are. Yes, yes, he has. Yes, he has. And so I had to, you know, just talk to her about it. And she told me that she has thought, and I said, she said, I don't go to church anymore. You know that? And I said, yeah. I said, what's for the gospel? That's why I told her, what's for the gospel? But that's all it became. Gospel. And he showed me that these 2 old women going there and gospel and talking about. Because when you're talking about these things, God brings these things to you in a dream or in a vision. While you're talking about, he'll give you a flash vision of what they are. And showing the old women gospel and talking gossip and talking about stuff, yeah. Yeah, and then after she said that, then we was on the 2nd floor. But we in the 2nd floor, we in the kitchen. So as we was in the kitchen, as she was in the kitchen, we see this young man come to the doorway in the kitchen. And when he comes to the doorway in the kitchen, he had this bread in there, long, you know how it looked like French bread, but it wasn't French bread. It was flat and it was wheat bread. It was because I know how wheat bread looked, and it was dark and it was long, and it was just half the size of the French bread. I didn't talk about lengthwise, I'm talking about thickness-wise. And it was long. And the man came to Israel with bread in his hand, and she called it the world bread. That was, she said, this is the world bread. And it was long, a thin loaf, looked like flat like. And I said, you must be, told to the young man, I said, you must be used to eating that by now. And he showed it to me, but he didn't ask me. He didn't say anything. He didn't even say anything about it. So just finished fixing the bread. Yeah, just finished fixing the bread. Next scene, I was listening to, So after that, the next scene, I was lying down in the bed, still lying down in the bed. So I hear these men talking about this Ford truck. And I'm lying down in the bed, and I'm having a vision. I see them. I see them messing with the seat. And the seat will go up and back and like that, like somebody else had taken control of, which somebody else did. Now, who did it? I mean, I could say who did it, but wait to see it don't come out. And so when they had took it, I started giggling. I said, man, let me see that. And I took that thing and I started I tell the seat go back, tell the seat come forward, just like that. So I had taken over the controls of it in the seat. So I told the device and it started moving forward and backwards. And I started giggling how this man was sitting in the seat trying to get control of it. And then he said, hey man, what the heck? And he couldn't do it. That day was just going forward and back with the whole chair. And then I woke up from that dream. Then of course, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Then he's gonna give you another dream. So that's what. So I'm just telling you that one. So I got other dreams for you, but so let's get with that. Let's get with that. So let's go. So I told you I was going to. Let me read this to you first. I'll read this to you, and then after I read this to you, then we'll go back to. I can't do it that way. Can't do it. I thought I maybe can read that to you, then thought I could read that to you, and then go start reading Jeremiah, but I'm not going to be able to do it that way. So let's go. Let's go with the law of God. I know about the bread. And I know about the bread. I know about everything that he has given to me. Let's go to the Apocrypha, wisdom book. And I told you in the dream, this is how the law of God brought me the Apocrypha. This is how the law of God brought me the Apocrypha in a dream. Just like that, the nun gave me the book and I was watching. Go listen to how I got the books. And then you see, this is how the law of God brought me the book. You see if I can. Wisdom book, just like that. That's how the book came to me. Wisdom book. And so that's how the book came to me. All right, so we go into chapter 18. For great judgment cannot be, it's chapter 17. Let's start at chapter 17, because I want to read this to you, and I've been reading this for a couple of days. And this is about how when we was in the iron furnace, because he reminded me of the iron furnace, and we was in the iron furnace and what they had done, and what the law of God called the iron furnace, Egypt. That's what he called the iron furnace. And our people that was there, they called it the children of Ham, because that's what they are. They're the children of Ham. All right. For great judgment, for great are thy judgment, and cannot be expressed. Wisdom of the Apocrypha, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. For great are thy judgment that cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. Unnurtured souls have erred. Just like the children out there with all that margin and stuff. I'm talking about the heathen children, Edomites, and so I'm talking about Israel children, the one that they misled, call them African, but they're not African. Israel. You ain't got no business out there. And he said, therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. And this not them, the pastors, the preachers, the teachers, all of them. Yeah, and when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, that's what they're doing now. For when the unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they begin shut up in their houses and prisoners of darkness, and flutters with bonds of long night, laid there in exile from eternal providence. So when they talk about when you go in minor prophecy, a day of law is a day of darkness and not of light. And when the plagues came on Egypt, you know they had darkness. Oh yeah, it was dark. Yeah, go read it. Go read those plagues. And they had to be locked up in their houses. All right. Okay. Because what? Because they thought to oppress the holy nation, just like you're doing now. Just like, but while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, and being horribly astonished at the trouble with strange apparitions. Strange, and that's what's going to happen. Just like that young woman, Karen Gibbon, and that's Mike 444, I think that we call it. Yeah, a lot of them. Till you say, don't, when the time comes and that darkness comes and the windows dark and everything, I say, you're going to hear people that's knocking on the door saying that they're your kinfolks. Open up. I'm mama, open up the door. I'm so-and-so there. Oh, yeah, that's what they're doing. More than that. I mean, they got apparitions. They're different types. I'm just telling you about that one. Yeah, okay. For while supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, and being horribly astounded at the trouble with strange apparition. For neither might the corner that held them kept them from fear. Neither might the corner that held them kept them from fear. But noises as waters flowing down sound about them, and sad vision appeared unto them with heavy countenance. No power, see what it say? It said them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance. Visions, there was heavy vision. Remember in the book of Joel, it said, I'm going to pour out my spirit upon all flesh. You see, and when you say all flesh, now I used to think that, say, man, it must be something good, but no, the vision gonna be evil and wicked too, because I have seen some evil and wicked visions. Oh, yes, I had. No power of fire might give them the light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure the lightning that horrible night. See, what I'm saying? No power of the fire might give them light. Yeah, they had the fire. I told you the day of darkness, man. I told you, I seen everything was dark, was black, black, black. You didn't see no light. All you see was those demons covering up everything. That's what you saw. All right, well, let's see. Might light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to the lighten that horrible night. No stars, no none. For there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight that they saw not. And it's coming. Oh yeah, it's coming. And for all illusions of art, magic. Let me say magic, M-A-G-I-C-K. They were put down, and their vaunting and wisdom was reproved with disgrace. For they promised to drive away terrors with trouble from a sick soul, were sickening themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. For though no terrible thing did fear, for though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by and its hissings of serpent, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air which could no side be avoided. You see, in law of God. So when you go in not on there, you can do it yourself. When you go read, it tells you about the darkness going to be as when one put his hand on the wall and the serpent biting. Yeah, it's written. Go ahead. For the wickedness, because this is going to happen again. This what this our father Solomon telling was happening during the time in Egypt. Let me finish reading. All right. For wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous. Let's say timorous, and being pressed with conscience always forecasts grievous things. For fear is nothing else but the betraying of the succors which reason offended, not succors. S-U-C-C-O-U-R-S, succors. And that expectation from within, being less, counting the ignorance more than the cause would bring it the torment. But they sleep in the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, which came upon them out of the bottom of the invictable hell. Invictable hell. Where partially vexed with ministrous apparitions, and partly fainted their heart, failing them, for a sudden fear not looked for came upon them. So then whosoever there fell down was straitly kept, shut up in a prison without iron bars. For whether he was husband or shepherd, or labor in the field, he was overtaken and endured that necessity which could not be avoided, for they were all bound with one chain of darkness. And that was, see, you don't understand, when that darkness comes, you're going to have men riding on the road, people riding and driving and everything. They're going to look up and they're going to see that darkness, because that's how I saw it. I saw all them demons coming across the moon. It was a full moon. Them demons coming across that full moon. And it was blacking out everything. And the people was in the dance hall. Yeah, white folks in the dance hall, because they were square dancing and doing all these little things, suits on and partying down. And the demon was coming. Ooh, they coming. Ooh, blacking out everything, just like they said in here. Just like this. Yeah, yeah. One chain of darkness, whether it was with the whistling wind or the melodious noise of birds among the spreading branches of the pleasant fall of water running violently, or the terrible sound of stones cast down or running that they could not be seen, or skipping beasts, or a roaring voice that most savage wild beasts, or rebounding echoes from the hollow mountains. These things made them to swoon with fear. Yeah. Oh yeah. For the whole world shine with clear light, and none were hindered in their labor. Over them only was spread the heavy night. The image of the darkness was should afterwards receive them, but yet were they unto themselves more grievous than the darkness. But you understand, only only Egypt had Israel in it, and only Egypt was sinning against Israel. So that's why it just was in that one spot. But this time, the whole world have sinned against Israel, the whole world. So that's why everything gonna be, the darkness gonna cover the whole world. When I read again, and I reread the book of the Ascensions for the Isaiah. I went and read that, reread that. Because they was cutting him in half and so while he's cutting in half, so he was in heaven. I mean, he was just having visions of everything. I mean, his really spirit, his spirit had been left his body, and that's what Lord God had him. Because man, my spirit did not. They took my spirit out of my body many a time. But anyway, and so as he went to the first, the second, the third, the first, the second, and the third heaven, and the fourth heaven, the fifth heaven. But the first, second, third heaven, we had need to pass. Well, we know that they are demons because we read it in the book of the Testament of 12 Patriarchs. Now, there's no excuse for you now. No excuse. King James Version 8. Got KJV 8. And then when you go there, now download that, they have all the books. They're not just have the Holy Bible. They only just have the Apocrypha. They also have the book of Enoch, Jubilees, and Hashir too. All of them on the same thing. Because there's no excuse now. There's no excuse for you not to know these things. This is the knowledge of God. Go get it. Go get it and eat it up. Get that wholesome food. Man, it's good. It's delicious. And I'm telling you to know these things with all these things in the Bible that they've been pounding me all these years come from, and finally knowing that they don't know, they didn't know. King David said, go to Psalm 119. King David said that they didn't know, that he, the one, know more than his teachers. That was he told you. But anyway, so so that's what it said. Let me finish read that, then get in the second part. For the whole world shine, for the whole world shine with clear light, and none was hindered in their labor. Over them only spread the heavy night, and the image of the darkness which should afterwards receive them, but yet were they unto themselves more grievous than the darkness. And another thing too, because man, you'll be surprised how much we do for these people, not just in the United States, but all over the world, man. Because they're taking all your monies and everything. And people, if them people wasn't stealing, doing all that thing for them, wouldn't be able to do all that they're doing, that they claim that they're doing. Wouldn't be able to do it, bro. Wouldn't be able to go to the moon and all that thing. Where do you think those monies come from? Who do you think they steal that money from? How can you send somebody to the moon or wherever you send them at for trillions of dollars, and you got these people right here starving, these people right here living in filth, these people right here crying about housing, got all these people down there, I don't care if they had mental problems or whatever, you got them out there living in the streets, and you're gonna pay for that. Yeah, you're under the bridges and everything, begging, and when they ain't got no business doing that. Yeah, they don't have no business doing that. No. But the law of God told us they're going to become like Sodom and Gomorrah, and that's what the whole world has become. Because there's no way that you have, I go down, I watch, I see all these vacant houses and things. One time the city was filled up, and businesses and everything, boom, what they did. Yeah, they gave the city, they can give you the thing where just like when they have these mayors and things and these governors, all they do is choke off the funding. That's all they do. When they have a black mayor, a black governor, something, all they do is choke off the funding. Don't give them nothing. And if they give him something, make him go through all the loops. By the time he gets it, it's time to move on to something else. Yeah, it's a design plan. It's an institution that they have created all against who? Israel. Yeah. Well, the law of God told you, say, only one way you're going to get out of this. Only one way you're going to get out of this, when you cry with your whole heart unto me. And when it means cry with your whole, when you repent with your whole heart, keep all my commandments in the back of the minds forever coming. Then it's going to go well. We're going to get to that today. We can get to that. So let's go. Let's go. We are on chapter 18. Nevertheless, the saints had very great light. Those voice they hearing and not seeing their shape, because they also had not suffered the same thing that they counted them happy. You see, the saints of God is not, if the saints of God goes through the tribulation, well, some of them going to go through the tribulation because of certain things. They're not going to see all that darkness. They not going to have the effect over them like they have over the heathens and those who are still living in sin. Come on, let me see. Let's read it again. Nevertheless, thy saints had a very great light, whose voice they hear and not seeing their shape, because they also had not suffered the same thing. They counted them happy. But for that they did not hurt them now, of whom they had been wronged before. They thanked them and besought them and pardoned for that which they had been enemies. And that's going to go on again, because I read it to you over and over again. You go to the book of the 12 Patriarchs and see how our fathers told us we're going to be taken out before these things happen, because we're going to repent, because that's what's going on now. People don't understand. A lot of us have repented and not out there with all that foolishness, and we understand what's going on because the Holy Spirit, God's wisdom, have taught us and showed us what's truly going to happen before the end. Okay. Well, you just go ahead on, do like you want to do. Keep on running behind houses, lanes, cars, fire, raving, drugs, or whatever, gambling, do it. Go ahead on. Keep on going like you're going. That's what Jesus said. Those are holy, let them remain holy still. But those who aren't, let them keep on going like you're going. Okay? Well, you just go ahead. For they did not hurt them now, for whom they had been wrong before. They thanked them and sought them and pardoned for that they had been enemies. Instead whereof they gave them a burning pillar of fire, both to be a guide of the unknown journey, and a harmless sun to entertain them honorably. For they was worthy to be deprived of light and imprisoned in darkness, who had kept thy son shut up, by whom the uncorrupt light of the law was to be given unto the world. And that's what's going on now. We done our job. It's time for us to leave. We done our job. We done let them know about the God and how you're supposed to humble yourself and forgive and be merciful, and not with all that foolishness. We didn't get out there and pull up, go get sneaking M16s and bazookas and all that and start all that foolishness. We didn't do that. The majority of us just stayed humble and obedient, knowing that one day this was going to end. Not with that foolishness, all that riding, all that. We didn't do all that. We didn't get a rebellious army, and we didn't do all that. Right. I'm just telling you what it says in the book that we didn't do it, and I know for sure we didn't do it. Okay. All right. See, look what it said. The incorrupt light of the law was to be given unto the world. And that's how we get the Ten Commandments to us. Not through them Jews. Through Israel they come through. Through Judah they come through Israel. And when they had determined to slay the babes of the saints, one child being cast forth, and said and reproved them, and thou tookest away the multitude of their children and destroyed them altogether in the mighty water. So they're talking about Moses. Yeah, not just Moses. They threw a lot of children. We're going to get to that today also. They threw a lot of children in that water. They did. They did. Oh yeah, they did a lot of things to our children. Just like now with their abortion and all those different things. That's what they're doing now, killing the children. They're killing the children through the milk, through the water, through the food. But they're not doing it fast. They're doing it slowly. Because they do it too fast, then somebody's going to notice and say something. Just like this coronavirus. It's killing them fast, so somebody knows, somebody says something. But it's not about the coronavirus. Now it's about the mark. Either you're going to take that vaccine or you're not. It's the mark of the beast. Right? You're going to see. Keep watching. Keep watching and see how it turns into the mark of the beast. Keep watching. Okay. Of the night was our father certified afore, that assuredly knowing unto what oaths that had given credence, that might afterwards be of good cheer. So thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and the destruction of the enemy. See, that was going to happen. Soon, I told you, I read that to you. Soon as we become our sovereign nation, race, and kindred tone back, soon as we leave, soon as the Lord God take us out to play, what's going to happen to the enemies? Come on, bro. Soon as the people accepted both the salvation of the righteous, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the destruction of the enemies. See? For where would thou didst punish our adversary by the saying thou didst glorify us, whom thou hast called? For the righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly. See here? The righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly, with one consent made a holy law, that the saints should be alike partakers of the same good and evil. The fathers now singing out the songs of praise. So I read that to you. I read that to you when Moses went there. He was only 18 years old, and he went to Pharaoh because that was his Bethany was Moses' mother. Yeah, it was his mother, and so he seen the affliction on them. So he went to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh said, "What, my son? What do you want?" Because that's his sister's baby and everything. The flag of his sister. He said, "What do you want, my son?" He said, "Why don't you just give them 1 day of rest? Why don't you? Why don't you give them 1 day of rest?" I said, "Okay, well, make it a law to give them 6 days they should labor and 1 day they rest." And then when they start keeping that covenant, when they start back keeping the covenant of their father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that's when everything changed. And so that's what's going on now. We done started back keeping God's holy covenant, and that's why everything changed. All right, you keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. All right. So that was the sacrifice here. But on the other side, there sounded an ill-according cry of the enemies, and an imminent noise was carried abroad for the children that was bewailed. The master and the servant was punished after one manner, and like as the king, so suffered a common person. See, the master and the servant was punished after one manner, like as the king, so suffered a common person. So all of them suffered the same, and they all together had innumerable days with one kind of death. Neither was the living sufficient to bury them. So I told you. This next thing, man, these things coming on the earth, in the end, they ain't gonna have nobody gonna be able to bury them. They'll be out on the open field. It's dumb. I told you, I saw that. For in one moment, the noblest offspring of them was destroyed. In one moment, so that's the firstborn. One moment, that dog just came, what it did, killed all the firstborn. I'm gonna read it to you. I'm gonna read it to you. I'm gonna read it to you. But where they did not believe anything by reason of the enchantments upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledge these people to be the sons of God. And that's before it's over, that's what they're going to say. They truly are the children of God. Truly, they are the sons of God. Boy, you're going to see. Keep watching. You're going to see, because, man, we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. When all that be going on there, we're going to be constantly transformed. When I read the book of the ascension of Father Isaiah, and as Father Isaiah kept on going to the different heavens, his body became transformed. All right. Go read it. Okay. For while all things were in quiet silence, and the night was in the midst of her swift course, thine almighty word leaped down from heaven out of the raw throne, and a fierce man of war into the midst of the lane of destruction. What's the word? Lord God, and Lord God dwelt among them. Sure did that night, because light and darkness cannot mix. And so as that light came down, he pushed that darkness where? To the place, only one place it could go, to the earth. And then after that, it can't go no more. And then the darkness was on one side, and the light was on another side. And that's what Moses brought them to. Come on, man. Come on, man. And he brought thy unfringed commandment as a sharp sword, and standing up, filled all things with death. And it touched the heaven, but it stood upon the earth. And sudden a vision of horrible dreams troubled them. Sore terrors came upon them unlooked for. Dreams. They start giving them terrible dreams and visions. That's what Lord God, sudden vision of horrible dreams troubled them sore, and terrors came upon them unlooked for. See, that's why I tell you, that's why I call this thing. And one through here, and another there, half days showed the cause of his death. For the dream that troubled them did foresure this, lest they should perish and not know why they were afflicted. Yea, the taste of death touched the righteous also, and there was destruction of multitude in the wilderness, but the wrath endured not long. And so, you know, when they went in the wilderness, what they did, King David told you. Go to, I think it's Psalm 78, and King David tell you what they did in the wilderness. Go ahead, go look at it, go read it. Go read it. Psalm 78. For them, the blameless men made haste, and good folk did defend them. And being a shield of the proper ministry, even prayer, and the propitiation of incense, set himself against the wrath, and so brought the commandment to an end, and declared that it was thy servant. So that what Moses did when they're there. You know, the people start sinning with those, but the Midianites, they start sinning and having sex with those whores and things. Go read it. And then God brought that plague upon him. And then Moses went to the altar and took the incense where he was sending up his prayers and burning to the Lord God, and got that, and he threw it out. And when he threw that out, that's when it ceased. Then the other time is when they had a plague like that. Let me see. I want to make sure. That wasn't the same plague. One plague they had when it's killing the people. Moses went there, took the incense out. I don't want to go look for it. Took that incense and threw it out. That plague ceased. Then another plague they had when the hordes of the Mennonites came there, and when Phineas took that spear and stuck it through it, because they went in the temple, committing fornication. He took that spear and stuck it through it, and then that plague ceased. And so that's what happened now. You got all the church house temples, synagogues, sanctuary, high places, tabernacle, all that's polluted. All of it's polluted. But now you have to destroy it all. Okay. Well, go ahead on. For the blameless man haste and stood forth and defend them, and bringing the shield of his proper ministry, even prayer, and the propitiation of incense, set himself against the wrath. So he brought the commandment to an end, declaring that he was thy servant. So he overcame the destroyer, not with strength of the body, not with force of the arm, but with a word subdued him that punished, alienating the oaths and the covenant made with the fathers. I don't say alienated. Alleging the oath of the covenants made with the fathers. Alleging, forgive me. Leaguing the oath of covenants made with the fathers. I'll read all of it again. So he overcame the destroyers, not with strength of the body, nor force of the arm, but with the word subdued by him that punished, alleging the oaths. I would say alleging the oaths, covenant. Well, can't say alleging because they ain't got no league in it. Got alleging the oaths of the covenant that made with the Father. And that's why I tell you, not by might. Let me say, the overthrew destroyer, not with strength of the body, not by might, nor the force of the arm, not by power, but with the word subdued him. That's it. But not by might, not by power, but what? My spirit. What's the spirit? Prophecy. The word was the prophecy. Spirit, the word of God is prophecy. Come on, man. They're punished, alleging with the oaths and with the oaths and covenants made with their fathers. Who was the father? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. For when the dead were not fallen down by heaps, one upon another, standing between their stand the wrath and parted the way to the living. For in the long garment was the whole world. For in the long garment was the whole world, and the 4 rows of stones with the glory of the fathers graven in their majesty upon the diadem of his head. Unto these the destroyer gave place, and was afraid of them, for it was enough that they only tasted of the wrath. For the ungodly wrath came upon them without mercy unto the end, for he knew before what they would do. So I stop in that. That's stopping at read chapter 17 and chapter 18 of Paul. So that's the time. That's what's the time that you are in now. Not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. And that's how this thing goes. We're going a leaguing. Let's say a leaguing. With the covenant of our father, with the covenant and oaths of our father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm gonna get into that in a few minutes. I'm gonna get into that in a few minutes. We know we gotta take our break for it. So when I come back, so that's found in the Apocrypha Wisdom of Solomon verses 17 and 18. So you want to go read that right now and get that out the way, because all of it's the same. And then when we come back, we're going to start in the book of Hasher, J-H-E-R. And in the book of Hasher, we're going to start back, going back to how we're going to get out of this thing again. Because it's not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit, said the Lord. So all that what they're doing, that's not going to build nothing. It's not going to be, and nothing good going to come out what they're doing. Now, they might get a whole bunch of people killed, a whole bunch of people with charges brought against them, a whole bunch of people in jail. That's all you're going to get. You're not going to get the result that you think you should get. If you want the results that you know you should get, then you should probably do what? Humble yourself. Humble yourself before the throne of grace, call on the holy name, Lord God, Jesus, whose name is excellent. Repent with your whole heart, keep all his commandments in the back and the binds forever covenant. And all those statutes, God will add unto you. All right. Well, this is not by my, I'm not over with yet. Give me a break. We'll be back. the Master who had made this life for us. Listen to the sound of his glorious voice. Right, let's get into it. So we went to that book. We went to the book of the Apocrypha, the Wisdom Sound, but it's all through that. It's in different parts of the Apocrypha. You just have to know what you're looking for. Know what you're looking for. You have to know that. All right. So I went, like I told you, I went to a search for it. Yeah. I searched for these things. And so when I search for these things, the Lord God, in search for something, we find out other things. And I really studied the book. Let me show it to you. This is Banned from the Bible, it's 3 books in 1. And this is the book of Hash. And let me show it to you because I didn't went through it and I didn't told the book up really. See, I just want to show you the markings in the book where I have been marked. If it's important, let me flip it for you right fast. If it's important, I'm gonna underline it. If it's not that line of the Bible, just that way the Bible comes from. The Bible, this way the Bible comes from. People don't want to be a part of it. You just keep on reading the Holy Bible and don't understand nothing. Oh yeah, I understand it. No, you don't. No, you don't. All you're going by what somebody taught you. That's what you're going by. You're not going by what the Holy Spirit has taught you and show you where these things begun at. Yeah. Because when you come, you can't listen to me and not know that where these things, where the beginning of these things come, and why the Lord God said these things, or why Apostle Paul said these things, or why King David said these things. They come from somewhere. Okay. Well, so we have this is chapter 67, and they had start at that time. They had start killing the babies, and they was taking different counsels on how to kill a baby. Now Job counsel, they took Job counsel too. Now I don't think they didn't take Job counsel. I'm not going there. I have read that to you before. I think it's behold Elijah, the counsel of Job, something like that. I'm not going there because I'm not there right now. I'm not looking for that. But anyway, so Moses was born. Now Moses was born. Now at the time of Moses, hold on, I'm sorry that the alarm went off. I had that 45 minutes to go off so people can get up and take a stretch. All right. So this is the dream of Moses. And the king said to all the wise men, said, let me see. In the 130th year of Israel going down to Egypt, Pharaoh dreamed that he was sitting on his kingly throne and lifting up his eyes and saw an old man standing before him. There were scales in the hands of the old man. Such scales are used by merchants. And the old man took the scales and hung them before Pharaoh. And the old man took all the elders of Egypt and all his nobles and great men, and he tied them together and put them on one scale. And he took the milk kid and put into the other scale. The kid's weight and suppressed all. And Pharaoh was astonished at the dreadful vision. While the kids should suppress all, and Pharaoh woke, and behold, it was a dream. Pharaoh rose up early in the morning, called his servant, and related to them the dream. And the men were greatly afraid. And the king said to all the wise men, interpret, I pray, the dream, which I dreamed that I may know it, and that I may know it. Balaam the son of Beor answered the king and said, this means nothing else but the great evil that will spring up against Egypt in the latter days. For a son will be born to Israel who will destroy all Egypt and its inhabitants, bring forth the Israelite from Egypt with a mighty hand. You see? I told you, man, all this didn't happen before. Now, therefore, King, take counsel on this matter, that you may destroy the hope of the children of Israel and their expectation before the evil arise against Egypt. And that's what all they're doing now. They do it every year. They do the same thing. They kill a bunch of you and get you start marching, get your mind off of righteousness, get your mind off of holiness, get your mind off that which is already been birthed in the world. That's what this is all about. Get you, it's not so much they're killing that man, but to get you away from your righteousness, away from your holiness. So when that time comes to destroy you, destroy them, you get destroyed over. Why? Because you broke the everlasting covenant. Right? Let's finish reading. All right. So, and the king said to Balaam, he said, now, what shall we do to Israel? Certainly after a certain manner did we first counsel them and could not succeed over them. See, they've been taking counsel over, they can't succeed. Why? Because we are God chosen people, and God made a promise, and He's gonna keep that promise. Why? Because God cannot lie. Okay, so now also advice against them which we may succeed over them. And Balaam answered the king, saying, sit down and call to 2 counselors that we may see what advice is on the matter. Afterwards the servant will speak. And number the think tanks, like the Heritage Foundation, the Bill Gates Foundation. See when you read, see when you listen to PBS, they tell you all those different foundations and all those different organizations, what they all are about. To get rid of you, to diminish us. Now they know they can't wipe us out, but they can diminish us. They can put us in such a poverty situation as you are in now. Why? Because Lord God told you that He was going to send you into the land of your heathen, and they're going to deal with you. And that's what He did. But 2-fold call, 3-fold call. So that's what's going on now. And so let's listen to the counsel. Let's just listen to the counsel and see if not all these things have happened to us in this land and all over the world to Israel right now. Let's see. All right. And the king sent and called his 2 counsel, Reuel, the Mennonite, and Job the Uzite, and they came and sat before the king. That's the same Job from the land of Iz from Mesopotamia. That's the same Job. And the king said to him, behold, you have both heard the dream which I have dreamed and interpretation of. Now give counsel and know and see what is to be done to the children of Israel, and whereby we may succeed over them before that evil will spring up against us. So that's what's going on now. So they're trying to take counsel of this because they know what? This is the end. And know what? That evil is about to come on this earth. It's already started. They know. Don't think these people don't know. They can act sophisticated all they want and put on airs all they want, but they know what time it is. Oh, don't think they don't. They know what time it is. All right. Well, let's keep reading. And Reuel the Mennonite answered, this Moses' father-in-law. But this is before he came, Moses' father-in-law. He was one of the councils. And the Mennonite answered the king and said, may the king live forever. It seemed good to the king, and let him desist from the Hebrews and leave them, and let them not stretch forth his hand against them. Why don't you leave them people alone, man? Why don't you leave them people alone? This was this. Don't stretch forth your hand. You just leave them alone. But listen what he said. It seemed good to the king to desist from the Hebrews and leave them, and let them not stretch forth his hand against them. But these are they whom the Lord chose in the days of old, and took as the lot of his inheritance from all the nations of the earth and the kings of the earth, and in whom there is that stretch his hand against them with punishment, of whom their God would not avenge. And that's what I finished reading to you in the book of Abraham. That's why the Lord God gave me that book last. He gave me that book last to let you know what was coming, why it was coming, and that it was over. And all you have to do is wait these next 2 years. Don't do nothing. Put on sackcloth and pray as he asks us to do. Really, 1 more year left for that. And then with the 3rd year come. Well, anyway. All right, it said, whom their God would not avenge. Because he told you, it said after those 10 years, after that slavery, when I take them out, what the Lord God said, after that, it said that country, that the nations that put them in slavery, I will judge. No, God cannot lie. Certainly, you know, when Abraham went down to Egypt, Pharaoh, the farmer, came to Egypt, saw Sarah, his wife, and took her for a wife because Abraham said, she is my sister. For he was afraid that the men of Egypt should kill him on account of his wife. And when the king of Egypt had taken Sarah, then God struck his household with heavy plagues until he restored Abraham his wife. Then he healed. Abimelech, the Gerarite, king of the Philistines, God punished on account of Sarah's wife, wife of Abram, and stooping up and stopping up every womb from man to beast. And see, that's what you have lost the holiness. Yeah, Israel women have lost their holiness. Yeah, they don't have that no more. Why? Because you turn. That was, man, you gave away your God for things that are no God. You gave away God for vanity. And that's what, just like our father Judah said you will become, and that's what they had become. Singing harlots. That's what they had. Singing harlots, plunderers, and covetous of other people's goods. Just like our father Judah said, and you lost that holiness, man. You were such beautiful and holiness women, and people know it. When you got Israel, I don't care who she was. Once you got one of them, you had you somebody. Yeah, she was faithful to you to the very end. You didn't have to worry about going off with no another man and being a hoe for somebody else and lying down. You didn't have to worry about that. Whether you was there or where you was waiting for. She was holy unto God. And when God seen you trying to do something, he put them punishments on you right fast and quick. All our women was like that. But what happened? You didn't want that. You wanted the things of this world. You got them. You got them. And you lost your holiness. All right. Well, let me see. And God came to Abimelech in a dream at night and terrified him all that he might restore Abraham's Sarah, whom he had taken after the people of Gerar was punished on account of Sarah. And Abraham prayed to his God for them, and he entreated them, and he healed them. And Abimelech feared that all this evil came to him, and his people returned to Abraham his wife and Sarah and gave him many gifts for her. And he did this also to Isaac when he had driven him from Gerar. And God had done wonderful things with him, that all the waters course of Gerar were dried up, and their productive trees did not bring forth. And all these things going to happen. Go read the plagues of Father Abraham and see the plagues that are going to come up all these people for what they have done unto us. Oh yeah, the whole world going to be in the dirt. The whole world, all this going to happen to the whole world. Not just one part. I've read this to you. All this going to happen to the whole world. All right, you just go ahead on, do like you're doing. Until Abimelech and Gerar, Ahuzet, one of his friends, and Ahuzet, one of his friends, and Pichol, the captain of his host, went to him, and they bent and bowed down before him to the ground. And they requested of him the petition of them, and prayed to the Lord for them. The Lord entreated of him, and he healed them. Jacob also, the plain man, we delivered through his integrity from the land of his brother Esau. Say, from the hand of his brother Esau. In the hand of Laban the Syrian, his mother brother, who had sought his life, likewise from the hand of all the kings of Canaan, who had come together against him and his children to destroy them. And the Lord delivered them out of their hands, and they turned to them and struck them, and who had ever stretched forth his hand against them without penalty. He said, who has stretched forth the hand against them without penalty? And the same thing going to happen now. And that man put his hand, put a knee, not just him, all the rest of them, that they killed the Lord God just waiting. He waiting on you. Yeah. He waiting on you to repent with your whole, to humble yourself before the throne of grace, call on the holy name, Lord God Jesus, whose name is excellent, repent with your whole heart, keep all his commandments and come back and bind us forever covenant. And then he's gonna put it on these people. Just like he told you in Deuteronomy chapter 28 with those statutes. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's God. He can't lie. He cannot lie. All right, let's go. All right. Certain Pharaoh, the former father's father, raised Joseph, the son of Jacob, above all the prince of the land of Egypt, when he saw his wisdom. And through his wisdom, he rescued all the inhabitants of the land from famine. See, Joseph had rescued everybody, all of Egypt. All right, okay. And afterwards, he ordered Jacob and his children to come down to Egypt in order through their virtue, the land of Egypt and the land of Goshen might be delivered from the famine. See, when the Lord God put it over here, Lord God blessed these people. Everywhere we went, the Lord God blessed these people. Why? To bless us. But these people haven't got to the point where they don't care nothing about you, who you are. Kill you in a minute. Do everything. And they've done everything to me too. I know the last of it going to be also. But that's what they have done. Punishment has been gone forth. And what I told you to say, no mercy. There ain't going to be no mercy. No mercy going to be shown to these people. And you're going right there with all that looting and marching and all that there, you're going to get the same thing they're going to get. Why? Because God is a righteous God. Okay? God is a God of judgment. All right, I read that to you before. So now it seems good in your eyes, cease from destroying the children of Israel. But if it be not your will that they should dwell in Egypt, send them forth from here that they may go to the land of Canaan, the land where their ancestors sojourned. And that's where the Lord God coming back to get us from where? To bring us back to Canaan. My holy Mount Zion. Bringing us back to our first place of our covenant. Come on, man. Where do you think Father Shem was? Melchizedek. Where he was at? In Canaan. What he had named Canaan? Jerusalem. Come on, bro. Go read, study, get the knowledge of God. Okay. Well, anyway. And when Pharaoh heard these words of Jethro, he was very angry with him, and so that he rose in shame from the king's presence and went to the Midian, his land, and took Joseph's stick with him. And the king said to Job the Ezraite, what do you say, Job, and what is your advice respecting the Hebrews? So Job said to the king, behold, all the inhabitants of the land in your power, let the king do as he seemed good in his eye. Because Job was one of those people, I read that to you, what Job told him what to do. Yeah, he did. And Job told him to kill us. Yeah, Job counsel. The Job counsel. Said, children Israel do work, afflicted Israel in order to lessen the land. And Egypt increase in labor. Let me see. Oh man. Let me see. This is chapter 66. I read this to you. And so our Lord the King, the eyes of all Egypt are on you. Give thy advice and your wisdom by which to give the counsel and matter that we may know what to do with them. And the officer, one of the king's counsels, whose name was Job from Mesopotamia in the land of Ai, if it please the king, let's hear the counsel of his servant. And the king spake. And Job spake before the king and prince before the elders of Egypt, saying, behold, the counsel of the king, which they advise formerly respecting the labor of the children of Israel, is very good. It must not be removed from the labor forever. But this is the advice and counsel which you may lessen them, if it seem good to the king to afflict them. Before we have feared war for a long time, we say when Israel become prolific in land, they will drive us from the land if war will take place. And if it please the king, let the raw decree go forth, and let it be written in law either, and should not be revoked, and every male child born to the Israelite, his blood should be spilled on the ground. And that was Job killed. Yeah, every child, every son that was born, his blood should be spilled on the ground. That was Job's counsel. So after Job did all like that, and he repented. So when he went back to to the land of Oz, he had repented. But God still made him pay for that counsel that he took from us. Just like he had counsel to take the sons of Israelites, of Israel, what God did to God took all his children, just like he counseled against us. You see, you don't get away from it. You're gonna have to pay. And so after Job, that's why Job could stay there and take all that because he know what he had done. Yeah, he know what he had done. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so after he done all that, then the Lord God blessed Job because Job had repented, paid for his sin, paid for punishment, and then God blessed Job because Job, with all that go, Job humbled himself because he knew of the God of Israel. Come on, man. Come on, man. So you got to know who Jews and who are not. Job was not of Israel. Ruel was not of Israel. But his counsel was good. All right. So let's finish reading. Let's finish reading. Okay, so now I just gave you a highlight of what, because I've been telling you that I've read it before. I have read all this before. All right. Okay. So then he goes and tells how, but I'm not into about how Moses came to be, his birth and everything. But we know that Moses was born. So after Moses was born and went down, and Pharaoh's daughter got him up and said, and so Moses had many different names, you see. Yeah, Moses had many different names. That's found in chapter 68. I'm not reading it to you. Chapter 6, go get your own eye. Moses had different names. All of them gave Moses different names. They did. Yeah. Then I read that to you about when Moses took the crown off his head. So I read that to you. All right. Wait a minute. It said, when God caused the famine throughout the land, he sent for and brought his father and all his brother and all the father's household and was pouring them without a price and reward, and brought Egypt for slaves, and brought the Egyptians for slaves. Now therefore, my Lord King, behold, the children had risen up and stayed in Egypt and do according to their deeds, but trifle the king, prince, and judge. But let me say, look, if it please the king, let us spill the blood on the ground, and he not grow up and take away the government from your hand, and then hope that Egypt perish after he should have reigned. That's they're talking about the counsel against Moses. But let me a friend of mine, he gone now, but he did have passed. But listen, he was telling me one time, say the slave master came and looked over the fields, and all he saw with these all he saw was these his children out there in the fields. He had a slave now because he was having sex with all of them, and all of them had that light skin. Yeah, all of them had that light skin. He looked out in the field, and all his children were working out in the field. A friend of mine told me. And that's another thing. When they looked over Eden, that's all they saw. We was everywhere. They didn't like that, boy. We was everywhere. They said, man, look at them. They're all over. And that's the thing right now. They see today. They see us all over. And it just burned up to the heart to see Esau children. They hate you. That's an everlasting hatred. That's a DNA hatred. All right. That's a seed hatred. I read that told you that there was an evil seed from the beginning. Yep. All right, let's go. So I'm trying to get to the point. Try and get to the point of where we gone to chapter 71, verse 11. Let's see what we have. Chapter 71, verse 11. All right, go to verse 10. And the angel of the Lord took a sword out of the okay. This one I told you how. Well, let me read that. And the angel of the Lord took the sword from the hand of the captain of the guard and took his head off with it, for the likeness of the captain of the guard was turned into the likeness of Moses. See? And the angel of the Lord took hold of the right hand of Moses, brought forth from Egypt, and placed him outside the border of Egypt, distant of 40 days' journey. See, he took Moses' hand and And that's what the angels of the Lord coming back. Man, gonna have a whole lot of angels. And they're gonna say, take his hand, all of y'all take your hand. And so when you join in, you're gonna take us out here and bring us back where? In the wilderness, man. Come on. Come on, man. That's where we going. Boy, the angels gonna be ready, man. It's gonna take you so fast and so swift. I didn't read this to you in other books where the angel of the Lord did that. Yeah. And the angel and then Aaron's brother alone remained in the land of Egypt, prophesied to the children of Israel, saying, thus said the Lord God of your ancestors, throw away each man the abomination of his eyes, and do not defile yourself with the idols of Egypt. I'll tell you that over and over again. Go read Deuteronomy chapter 7. And get rid of all that filthiness out your house. Clean yourself up. Man, get rid of all that makeup and all that you put on, jewelry and everything. Had a little woman this morning talking about, I watch them gatekeepers. The gatekeepers don't even know that they're gatekeepers. If you're talking about what's going on, the plight of Israel, and you call them, at first you call them African American, that's the first thing you done wrong. Then the second thing, when I look at you, you have on those big golden hoops in your ears, and makeup on, false eyelashes, and that hair, that long weave hair, pretending that you look like them and everything. Man, you can't tell me nothing. What could you tell me when you want to be like them? You bending your tone like them, you looking like them, and then you're going to try to talk to me? Come on, baby. That don't work with me. You can deceive other people with that. Your master have you deceived, but your master cannot deceive me. Okay. But I'm just telling you. It says the Lord God of your ancestors, throw away each man the abomination of his eye, and do not defile yourself with the idols of Egypt. And the children of Israel rebelled and would not listen to Aaron at that time. And the Lord thought to destroy them, were it not for the Lord remember the covenant which he had made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's the only reason why you're not being destroyed now. Because the covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And those days the hand of Pharaoh continued to be severe against the children of Israel. He crushed and opposed them until the time of God had sent forth his word and took notice of them. Now let's go. We're going to the book of Hashir, chapter 72. We're going to verse 21 and verse 22. On the third day it came to fight at the side of the serpent where he could not approach them. Well, this was Moses when Moses had became king in another land. See, a lot of people don't know Moses. Yeah, when Moses got in his 20s, he was a king of another land. Oh yeah, he stayed there king, I think, for 40 years before he went and stayed 10 years in prison with where he met his wife at. With Ryu, yeah. And Ryu had that stick in the ground, and men came around and wanted to marry Ryu's daughter, Zipporah. He said, well, if you go take that stick out of the ground, then you can have it. Just like that. No one could take that stick down until Moses came and took it out of the ground, who it was, whose stick it was. All right. All right, so now let's see. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just reading all the things to you. All right, so Moses was a great king before he became king over us. Yeah, before he came, Moses was a great king. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, let me see. Because I'm trying to get to the part where what you had when we started repenting. Yeah, we started repenting. We started repenting. And then when we started repenting, we started calling on the name of the Lord God. And then when we started calling on the name of the Lord God, that's when he took us out of here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me see. 76, 5 to 11. Certainly know that 40 years old, that's when Moses didn't touch that woman. 40 years, Moses didn't have sex till he was in his 60s when he married Zipporah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm not going to read that to you. This is what I'm going to read to you. Because the stem cell and that blood stuff that they want to do to you now, they want to give you someone else's blood for as a vaccine. Let's read about that. And the children of Israel went in the land of Egypt, serving the Egyptians all manner of hard work, and had in the hand of Egypt continually in severity over the children of Israel in those days, just like it is now. At that time, Lord struck Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and he was afflicted with the plague of leprosy from the sole of his feet to the crown of his head, owing to the cruel treatment of the children of Israel. This plague at the time was from the Lord and on Pharaoh of Egypt. And this plagues and things going on now is from the Lord because the way they treat us. But they don't know that. They don't think it is. They don't. Some of them know. For the Lord had listened to the prayer of the people. Now here you go. For the Lord had listened to the prayer of his people and the children of Israel, and their cry reached to him on account of their hard work. And that's what's going on right now. Yeah, well, you might not hear it, but some of our prayers are reaching up to the Lord God, and that's what the Lord God doing. That's why he came and told me within 3 years. Now it's 2 years. Now it's a year. That he told me. For my father people, it's a year. Yeah, once this year is up, not right now, but this next year is up, man, that's when the Lord God really gonna put it on. All right. Okay. Well, you don't believe. For the Lord had listened to the prayer of his people, the children of Israel, and they reached on account of their hard work. And that's another thing. See, you calling yourself, and you let these people call you African American. Yeah, I did the same thing. They had the black, when I didn't want to do it, they had black, I was black. But other than that, they have African American others. And you know how they are. I'm Israel, so now they ask me to fill out the thing. I don't fill that out. I'll write it Israel. Yeah, God's chosen people. Not Israel, not Jew, not Jewish. You're Israel, God's chosen people. Until you get down in your head and start calling yourself that, the way he said, and let that cry reach up to heaven, everything gonna change. But what I tell you, burn the incense, just like he had taught it. In the morning while the sunrise, you're supposed to be praying and burning the incense, those who can. They're talking about that stick, they're gonna talk about true incense. They know how to burn it. And in the evening, you're doing the same thing. I have read that to you. All these things I have read to you, and all these things I told you. Why? Because it's over with. I don't care what they do or how they try to do or how they try to spend it. It's over with. Okay. All right. I know what the Lord God had me to do. I'm telling you. Well, I'll tell it to you some other time. I'm going to tell it to you. Okay, so now, for the Lord had listened to the prayers of the people. All right. All right. All right. Still, the anger did not turn from them, for the hand of Pharaoh was still stretched out against the children of Israel. Pharaoh hardened his neck before the Lord and increased his yoke over the children of Israel and in Israel. Children of Israel in Israel. Pharaoh hardened, for the children of Israel and embittered their lives with the manner of hard work. And when the Lord had inflicted the plague of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, he asked his wise men, sorcerers, to cure him. See, wise men and sorcerers. That's right now you have these people with all that technology, scientists, the sorcerers. That's what they are. Okay. And his wise men and sorcerers said to him that if the blood of the little children was put into the wound, he would be healed. The blood of little children put in the wound, he would be healed. And what they tell you now? Well, those who have been healed, you go there and take their plasma, take their blood, what plasma is, and put it into the other people that have it, and guess what they're going to do? Be healed. But that's demon technology. They was using demon technology way back then. So it's all about the blood. It's all about the blood, partner. You don't have to believe me. I'm just telling you, it's all about the blood. Okay, so let's finish reading there. And I said, they're called stem cell treatment, whatever you want to call that vaccine. And Pharaoh listened to them and sent ministers to Goshen to the children of Israel to take the little children by force and brought them to Pharaoh daily, a child each day. And the physician killed them and applied them. Yeah, the physician killed them and applied them the plague. See, yeah, applied them to the plague. Thus they did all the days. Applied the plague to them all his days. And the number of the children of Pharaoh killed was 375. But the Lord listened not to the physician of the king of Egypt. And the plague went on increasing mightily on Pharaoh 10 years, afflicted with the plague. Still the heart of Pharaoh was more hardened against the children of Israel. And the end of 10 years, the Lord continued to afflict Pharaoh with destructive plagues. The Lord struck him with bad tumor, sickness, stomach. The plague turned to a severe borrow. Yeah. And at the time, 2 ministers of Pharaoh came from the land of Goshen, where all the children of Israel went to the house of Pharaoh and said to him, we have seen the children of Israel slackening in their work and negligent in their labor. And so he go and get the horses and the footmen. I'm not reading on to it. And it turned over, the horses and things turned over for it. Say the flesh of the king was torn and his bones were broken, could not ride. These things was from the Lord to him. For the Lord had heard the cries of the people of the children of Israel in their affliction. See, and that's what's going on now. I'll read it again. The flesh of the king was torn from him. The bones was broken. He could not ride. These things was from the Lord to him. For the Lord had heard the cries of the people, the children of Israel, in their affliction. And his servant, carried and stole the cattle, brought it back, and the horsemen. Okay, so that's what he did. Oh yeah, that's that. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, Lord God is hearing your cry, but you out there, you taking and putting in your own hand, and the Lord God tell you, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit. This I'm going to deliver you. And all I'm asking you to do is come back, get back in the Bible forever come down of your fathers. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Enoch, because our fathers always kept a perpetual covenant. Enoch, Noah, and Shem, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Nash, and Joseph, and Benjamin. All of them tell you the same thing. Repent and come back in the covenant. Okay, and God gonna get you out this mess. All right, okay. Well, let's go. All right. At the end of 3 years, the king died, shame, disgrace. Let me see. Because I want to show you what the Lord gonna listen to. Afterward, he went and took 3 wives and 8 sons and 3 daughters. And this disorder greatly consumed the king, that his flesh stank like the flesh of a carcass cast on the field in the summertime during the heat of the sun. And when the king saw his sickness had greatly strengthened itself over him, he ordered his son Adakim to be brought to him, and they made him king over the land in his place. And at the end of 3 years, the king died in shame, disgrace, disgust. And the servants carried him and buried him in the sepulchre of the kings of Egypt in Zon Mesrim. But they embalmed him not as they usually with the kings, for his flesh was petrified, putrid. They say putrid. Putrid. His flesh was putrid, and they could not approach to embalm him on account of the stench, so they buried him in a haste. For this evil was from the Lord to him, for the Lord had rewarded him evil for the evil which in his days he had done to Israel. And he died with terror and with shame, and his son Anakim reigned in his place. You see, so you don't have to do now. Your job is our job. I'll do this to our ancestors for us to repent. Get back keeping all his commandments and get back in the vines forever covenant. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 8, learn of the statutes, the blessings. Come on, man. You're in a curse now. I can tell you this over and over and over again. But hey, you don't have to hog in the Lord God said, I know. Well, I'm going to read that to you later. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Then they're going to tell now. But I'm getting to so every place I'm telling you, the Lord God, they're crying, and the Lord God hearing they cry. Every place, that's what I'm telling you about, how to get back. How to get back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, let me finish reading. Because they've done us a lot of things, man. They've done a lot of things. They've done us a lot of things. All right. But they increased the latter work more than the former, and the children of Israel sighed, and thus their cry ascended to God on account of their labor. And that's them children out there, they marching, doing the same thing that we did. Well, before us, I was out there with them marching. I was a little boy, about 10, 11 years old, and I'm going to march with my sister, because they was teenagers. And I was out there marching with them. They was marching to Baton Rouge at that time. But not knowing, they're not knowing. They're not knowing. Yeah. But they got what they was supposed to get. But now, man, y'all not doing it right. Man, get away from that, man. You ain't gotta do all that. You don't have to do all that. All you gotta do is come back and but know why you don't want to come? Because just like you want to get out there, loot, steal, kill, rob, and destroy, just like who? Satan. And you're not a child of Satan. But you want to get out there and act like they, like Esau and them. And you know there's two different laws. There's one law for them and one law for them, for you. That has never changed. I don't care what you do, it's not going to change that. It's not going to change the fact that what you're going through, you're going to have to go through until you what? Till you repent with your whole heart and keep all his commandments. And to bag and binds forever covenant. It's not going to change. It's not. All right. Well, you keep on out there. And he heard the voice of the children of Israel, and they cried in those days. And God remembered them and his covenant which he had made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Nothing gonna change. Nothing gonna change until you get back the bonds of the forever covenant. The covenant that he has made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Learn of these covenants, man. Because God cannot change. You know what he told Father Adam? This is what he told Father Adam. He said, Father Adam, you can do whatever you want to do. That is not gonna change. That's not going to change my covenant. That's not going to change the 5,500 days that I have deemed for you. It's not going to change. And so you get out there to marching, putting people in office. You did all that. You did all those things. But has it changed? It hasn't changed. It's not going to change. All right. Well, you just keep on thinking it's going to change. It's not going to change. All right. Well, let's go. Let's finish reading. That's the only thing going to change it. All right. So God saw the burden of the children of Israel and the heavy work in those days, and he determined to deliver them. Moses, the son of Aaron, was still confined in dungeon in those days, really at midnight, and Zipporah, the daughter of Reuel, supported him through secret day by day. And that's who he married. And so, man, all I can do is tell you what's going to change for you. It's the only way these things going to change for you, bro. Okay. So let's go to chapter 78, verse 8. Let's see. This is what I'll tell you about. I'm going to tell you this, because this is what I was telling you about Zipporah. Yeah, Zipporah was like, she was, what? Let's say Zipporah was, what, Ethiopian? I think she was Ethiopian. And he told her, and God told you how she was. She was just like a man. Man, we had some beautiful women. Look what God said about it. And Zipporah walked in the ways of the daughter of Jacob, and she was nothing short of the righteousness of Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. That's what God said about Zipporah. And well, our women was something, bro. Ooh, man, our women was something. And they knew the Lord, and they walked with the Lord, they talked with the Lord, and Lord God bless them. But these women nowadays, they want to rule God. Yeah, oh yeah. And you can tell, oh man, on Facebook, everything you see, all of them begging for monies, all of them begging for their God mammon. Now I'm talking about being righteous and humble himself before the Lord of grace. And you expect the Lord to bless you, man, come on, bro. It's not going to happen like that. It's not, I don't care if you get mad with me. You're going to get mad with me for telling you the truth, for your begging and what you have become. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's what you want to do. You're not cursing me. You're cursing the one who sent me, the one who made me. Oh, you're not doing it? All right. Go ahead on. Go ahead on. That's on your account. Yeah. And the children of Israel heard this, and they mourned and sighed and cried the Lord on account of the bitterness in their souls. That's what he told them. About the bricks. He said, also the number of bricks which they shall make, let them give each day, and diminish nothing from them for the idol of their work. And the children of Israel heard this, and they mourned and sighed and cried the Lord on account of the bitterness of their soul. And the Lord heard the cries of the children of Israel and saw the oppression with the Egyptians oppressed them. And that's what he sees now. He's seeing what is the allegory of the Egyptian? What do the Egyptians symbol? The time you was in captivity, time that you was in slavery. These people right now, that's an allegory of what they're doing. That's going to happen again. But this time it's going to happen to all the whole world for the way they treated you. That's all I can tell you, man. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm not here to say, oh, oh, Christians is going to be all right. You're going to get through this and it's going to be really good for you after this. No, I'm telling you like the Lord God said, know that this is the beginning of sorrow. It's just the beginning of it. You have gone, you're still in the tribulation, what? Of the false prophets. Yeah, that's what you are. You're in the tribulation of the false prophet. You see, one thing I told when I was in a dream, where I told the young woman. This is what I told her. She was sitting there. I told her, say, the Edomites tower, what this man named Constantine had got with the Jews and got together. Go read Second Maccabees chapter 2 to chapter 4, and they tell you exactly what happened. And so they got together and they came up with this thing, Christianity. That's right. And they took and changed the Jews as they did with Christianity. And they took a hold of this movement. Now they couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop it. But what they did is say, let's get a hold of this. And as soon as they be converted, we bring them into the church house, the Catholic church house. Y'all give them the Catholic church house. And the Jews and things, when they get converted, we bring them over here into the synagogues. And we got it. And that's what you have been under. All these years, that's what you've been under. Until what? Until the time he sent Elijah. And Elijah do what? Turn the horse and the children back to the father the horse back to the children. He said, come and strike the earth with a curse. And so you know the curses, and you say, I didn't know nothing about the plagues that Father Abraham saw it was going to come on the earth. He didn't know. All I knew was these things was going to happen again. And then the Lord God gave me the last book. Gave me the book to the secrets. Right here. And once he gave me the book to the secrets, man, I got all that, boy. I got into all that, boy. I started eating that meat. Yeah, book of Enoch and everything that's happening. Just right now, what just happening, they could read the book of Enoch. It's in there. What's in there? Whatever's going to happen to us is in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So now we're going to, I told you that, 78, going to chapter 78, verse 16. And the Lord was zealous for his people and his inheritance, and heard their voice, and he resolved to take them out of the affliction of Egypt and give them the land of Canaan for their possession. So the allegory was that. The Lord heard our voice. He said, the zealous for his people and his inheritance. And he heard their voice, and he resolved to take them out of the affliction of what? Of the captivity that you're in now, and give them back the land that came into our inheritance. Yeah, the land of Canaan, where the people say they are Jews, but not old. That's what he said. That's what he said he's going to do, and that's what is going on now. Well, look what he said. He heard their voice. He didn't hear them, they down there and destroying stuff and marching out. He didn't hear that. He heard their voice, the ones when the Lord God quickly to hear the prayer of the poor man. You see? That's why, man, I flick myself. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need to be rich. When God say he hear my prayers being a poor man more than a rich man, I'm going to be poor. That's what I'm going to be. I'm not living in poverty. Being poor don't mean that you're living in poverty. And the Lord God and King Solomon tell you already, the poor have also. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the poor have also. So, man, you got to understand these things. What these things left us for this. And then they go into Moses. But the cry, that's what you have to, man, come on, man. Oh, man. Listen to when Pharaoh saw these things, he was astounded. And it was greatly terrified. The report of their appearance was like the appearance of the children of God. Now, you remember when we was on the Holy Mountain, that's what they call us, the children of God. Well, I'm going to stop it right there because I just wanted to let you know that this always been the same thing. Always been the same. Always been the same. And so if you really want to know how long the slavery was, you go to chapter 81. But I didn't go to that book for that. I went to that book to tell you, oh, it's 45 minutes up. I went to that book. I'm going to take a break and I'll be back. I went to that book to tell you that to tell you that's the only way you're going to get out of this thing. Not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Now, I went to 2 books and told you. I went to the Apocrypha, the Wisdom of Solomon. Then I went to the Book of Passion. Okay. Well, the next book we're going to what? The Word of God. I went to the Book of Enoch too and showed you that in the Book of Enoch. How they had to cry to God. How they had to cry to Lord God in order for to get out this thing that they're in. And the same thing that you got to do right now today. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And where's the spirit of the Lord of hosts? Prophecy. Who the prophecy come from? The prophecy come from Abraham, Father Adam, Father Zeth, Father Jared, Father Michael, Father Enoch, Father Shem, Father Enoch, Father Noah, Father Shem, and just keep on down that one line, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to give it all to you. Got to give it all to you. And then if you have something to do, like I said, if you can't take me all at once, cut me off, man. Cut me off and come back. That's what I do, because that what I'm telling you now is very important. The reason why it's very important because I'm warning you and I'm telling you that the Lord God is on his way back. And you have to prepare yourself for his return. All right. Now you go ahead on and think he's not coming. You think the Lord God listen to all these prayers that are going up now, especially Psalms 109, Psalms 35. I know they're going up. I know they're going up. Even if you haven't putting them up, I've been putting them up. And what's going to happen? Can the Lord God lie? Come on, man. You poor. You poor and being beaten down, trodden down, and you got a God. And you think your God don't listen to your prayer and he's not coming back down to get you up and take you out of here? Come on, man. He made promises to our ancestors. The promises to our ancestors. When they turn back onto me with their whole heart, that's when I'm coming to get them. When I drive all that sin out and all that the idol worship them out and all the heathen had put it into them, and all that what their enemies have put into. When I drive all that out and give them a new covenant, one that was circumcised, what? They're circumcised in the heart. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's what we say. I'm gonna make a new covenant. I'm gonna give them a heart of flesh, a circumcised heart. And no longer coming into their mind the ark of the covenant. So in that dream, I asked the Lord God, I said, Lord God, I asked the Lord God, when you take them out here, then I could destroy it. Okay? That's what I asked. Yeah. Take a break. I'll be back. I'll show you my Earl lamp. Oh, see how I can bring it up. This is the Earl lamp. See, it's just a lamp. I'll see if I can get it to so you can see it. See? It's just a lamp. It's just a olive oil lamp. And the thing that is burning is no more than a cotton ball, a little piece of cotton. And the lamp, so I put the olive oil in it. See the hole? So I put the olive oil in it, and this olive oil, say olive oil. Put the olive oil in it, and put the olive oil in it, and put the cotton, and I light it. And boy, it stayed light because with the Lord God had showed me, man, them demons that start coming in here, bro, and they was wearing me out. Cause I, you sleep dark, it's be pitch dark. It'd be pitch dark in my room. And boy, them demons were coming there and attacking me, and I used to be fighting. I didn't fall with a lot of demons. I didn't fall with death itself a few times. But anyway, so when I got the lamp, the Lord God showed me what to do. And so when I start burning it, no more problem. And I keep it burning. They say, man, how could you forward all those things? How could I forward all these things? Because God is not a beggar. And so I just use my tithes. That was the tithes are for the furthering of the gospel. It's for you to take care of yourself. Yes, for you to sacrifice unto God. But what God for before the knowledge of God more than the burnt offering unto God. The mercy of God more than sacrifice unto God. And then when you go in the book of Malachi, say, where have you ridden? Our tithes and offerings. So what is tithes and offering? Your prayers and your burning of your incense. Those are tithes and offering that you put up to the Lord God. And I'm telling you, has He truly blessed me, man. So all them demons, they come every now and then, they'll try. Every now and then try, but not like they used to. Especially since I got this lamp. And like I said, this is not the one, the other one I had. The other one that I had, man, I seen that fire. I seen God, yeah. See, that fire came alive. Yeah, the fire came to life. And it was straight up. I mean, that red flame went straight up, and that's how I knew it was God. And Satan, yeah, Satan had disguised himself, was talking to God. Say, don't you worry about all that. You just worry about that covenant. Just worry about that covenant you made with Abraham, Isaac. But I didn't say nothing. I just laid there and listened to him. I didn't say nothing. I just looked at him and listened to him. I just woke up for a little while, and then when I woke up and seen it, so you can't really say nothing because as soon as you see it don't even see it for a minute, for a few seconds, like 30 seconds, then that God put you right back to sleep. He put you right before you can say something or do it, you're going right back to sleep. So those who've been having those type of things, you know how it goes. Well, let me go put this back up. Yep, I'm back. I'm back. So the Lord God had to come back and teach me everything. He taught me how to eat, how to sleep, how to dress, how to speak. He had to teach it all to me. Because man, these heathen have you in a spot, man. These heathen have you in a terrible mess. And then you got the gatekeepers and the door shakers. You in a terrible mess, man. You in a captivity. You're in a strong bondage and you can't see it. You can't see it. You think you see it, but you can't see it. Yeah, just like and still getting run behind money. If the Lord God coming back in within a year or so and they're destroying it all, why are you still running behind it? Why? I just so it's not for you to not stop living your life, but it's for you to change your life and put that which is most important ahead of you. And what is most important to you? You humble yourself before the throne of grace, calling on the holy name, Lord God Jesus, whose name is excellent. Repent with your whole heart, keeping all his commandments in the bag and binds forever covenant. Be baptized in Jesus' name that you may receive the gift of promise, the Holy Ghost. All right. Well, before I start this here, let me go because during the week, I'll tell you in the week I said, no, I'm not going there. But I'm going to this because I haven't read all these things. If I haven't read and you don't know about this thing, Lord God has given me videos to tell you where these things are at. So we're going to St. John, chapter 3. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Jesus by night, saying, the Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher of God, come from God. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him. Jesus answered, said unto him, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. See, you gotta be born again to even what? See the kingdom of God. They got it's on YouTube. They got man, I can't think the name of it. I can't think because Pontius Pilate sent for Jesus, sent for Jesus, and they had a conversation. Man, I can't think the name of it. Boy, and he came in that room, and when they say he came, and Jesus came up, they say the standard bearers and the flags bowed to Jesus. Oh, they bowed to Jesus, boy. And they bowed to Jesus. And they said, man, I told you not to. He told them what to do. Now tell them, go back out and send them back in this time. And the same thing happened again. Man, go listen to it, man. I forgot the name of it. I forgot it. If I remember it, I'm gonna tell you the name of it. If I remember it, I will. I will tell the name of it if I remember it. But anyway, so let's go. And Nicodemus said, he told Nicodemus, except a man be born again, he could not see the kingdom of God. Nicodemus said to him, how can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time in his mother's womb and be born? Jesus said, verily, verily, I say unto you, except a man be born of the water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. That was born of the flesh is flesh, and that was born of the Spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I say unto you, you must be born again. And he said, except a man be born again of the water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. See that? Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. They don't. You got to be born again of the water and of the Spirit. And I told you how, just go listen to it. Go listen to one of my videos. And I explained to a couple of them, tell you what had happened to me. I was born again of the water and of the Spirit. So I've been there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Father God had given. So let me read another dream to you. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know. Yeah, here it is. I think it's right here. Find another dream. I was just a vision. As soon as I close my eyes like that, I see a vision. And so I was watching as these police officers had this young man handcuffed and sitting on the floor, and they were stooping down one on each side of him. And that was in the vision. They had this young man, Israel, and he was sitting down, handcuffed behind his back, and had these policemen was in black uniform or dark blue uniform. Both of them was Esau children, one on one side and one on the other side. So I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Six men robbers. 5 got killed on the left. Man, just bring him here. The man said, just bring 5. He had 6 robbers. One of them got killed. The man said, just bring him here. The last one. All right. That's another dream. I'm gonna tell you that dream probably tomorrow. Hopefully, maybe this evening. I don't know. So let's go. Let's go to because we have to do this. Let's go. We're going to Jeremiah chapter 11. Now God gave me this morning. Yeah, this morning. Now, I read these things to you before, but He wanted me to go back over them, and all I can do is be obedient. Okay? Because my plan is to do everything He said. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, hear the words of this covenant, and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say thou unto them, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, cursed be the man that obeyed not the words of this covenant. Cursed be the man that does not obey the word of the covenant, which I command your fathers, and they that brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, saying, obey my voice, and to do them according to all which I command you, so shall ye be my people, now be you God. So where is that he tell you get out there, rob, steal, loot, cheat, and all that? He didn't say do all that. All he said, obey my voice. And obey my voice and do them according to all which I command you. So shall you be my people. So, and all that he commanded was on Horeb, that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I and said, so be it, O Lord. Man, God got all that waiting for you, but you don't want to do it. Then the Lord said to proclaim all these words in the city of Judah, in the cities of Judah, because you know we scattered through all the world, through all nations, kindred, and tongue, and the streets of Jerusalem, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant, and do them. For earnestly protested unto your fathers, and they, in the day I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day, rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice. Yet they obeyed not, nor inclined the ear, but walk every one in the imagination of their evil hearts. Therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I command them to do, but they did not. And the Lord said unto them, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah, and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers. See, turn back to the iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words. They went after other gods to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant which I have made with their fathers. And that's what he did. We have broken the covenant that he made with who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yeah, not just them. Noah, Enoch, Noah, and Shem. And we broke all those covenants. Covenant made with Isaiah and all the prophets. We broke all those covenants. Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, I'll bring evil upon them, which they should not be able to escape. And though they cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. Then shall the cities of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods, unto whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. And you're in the time of their trouble. And you've been in those Catholic churches and all those churches all the years. All the years you've been there. And now that you need, go call for them. Go call, see if they're going to help you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. According to the number of cities where they go, so Judah, according to the numbers of the streets of Jerusalem, have you set up altars, the altar to that shameful thing, even altars to burn incense unto Baal. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. What have my beloved to do in my house, since she have wrought lewdness with many, and the holy flesh is passed from thee? When thou doest evil, then thou rejoice. Yeah, that's what they're doing out there. They're doing evil. Yeah, they throwing their, burning up the police cars, beating the police cars, and looting and robbing. And then what you doing? You rejoicing. That's what you're doing. Man, see how I did that, man, and you rejoice. The Lord called that name a green olive tree, fair and goodly fruit, with the noise of a great tumult. He hath kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. The Lord of hosts that planted thee hath pronounced evil against thee for the evil of the house of Israel and the house of Judah, which they have done against themselves, to provoke me to anger and offering incense unto Baal. And that's what you have done. That's what you have done, and that's why I well in fish read. And the Lord have given me knowledge of it, and I know it. Then thou showest me their doings. But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter. I knew not that they had deceived. I knew not that they had devised devices against me, saying, let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof, and let us cut down off the land of the living, man. And let us cut him off the land of the living, that his name may be no more remembered. But, O Lord of hosts, thou judgest righteously. Thou triest the reins in the heart. Let me see thy vengeance on them. But unto thee I have revealed my cause. Therefore, thus said the Lord of the men of Anathoth that seek thy life, saying, prophesy not in the name of the Lord, that thou die not by our hand. Therefore, thus said the Lord of hosts, behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword, the sons and daughters shall die by the famine, and there shall be no remnant of them. And I will bring evil upon the men of Anathoth, even to the year of their visitation. So that was going on now. You got the young men out there doing all this thing. Okay. When these years are up, you're gonna see before that them dying by the sword out there doing that foolishness. All right. Okay. And the young women gonna die what? That daughters gonna die what? In the famine. Because they got a famine. Gonna be throughout the whole world. You're gonna see. You see, Lord God already showed me that dirt. It started out in the northern part of Africa. And that's the dirt that's gonna spread throughout all the world. Lord gonna destroy it all. Gonna destroy it all, every bit of it. He showed me too many times. He showed me in many different ways that he have destroyed. He showed me the armies and things they are prepared for the destroy. All right. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to. That is your God-given right not to believe me. All right. But I tell you what, you're not going to stop all that other things they have prophesied or to help them come to pass. And you think this is not going to come to pass either? Come on, man. Come on, man. You keep running behind your idols. Keep on. Jeremiah chapter 13. Thus said the Lord to me, go get thee a linen girdle and put it upon thy lines and put it not in water. So I got the girdle according to the word of the Lord, put it on my lines, and the word of the Lord came unto me the second time, said, take the girdle that thou hast got, which is upon the line, arise, go to Euphrates, hide it there in the hole of the rock. And so I went, hid it in Euphrates, and the Lord commanded me, and said, it come to pass after many days, the Lord said unto me, arise, go to Euphrates, take the girdle from thence, which I command thee to hide there. Then I went to Euphrates and took the girdle from the place where I had hid it. And behold, the girdle was marred, it was profitable for nothing. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, thus said the Lord, after this manner will I mark the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. Yeah, I'm teared up. And the evil people which refuse to hear my word, which walk in the imagination of their hearts and walk after other gods to serve them, to worship them, shall even be as this girdle, which is good for nothing. So all those people out there with all that looting, robbing, stealing, protesting, I'm talking about Israel. I'm talking about the other ones. Israel, good for nothing. For the girdle cleaveth to, as the girdle cleaveth to the loins of a man, so I had caused it to cleave unto me the whole house of Israel and the whole house of Judah, said the Lord, that they might be unto me a people and for a name, for a praise and for glory, but they would not hear. See, that was going on. That's what you're doing. That's why you want to change your heart. So people would fear them when people walk down the street, just like it told, like you said, like when Moses came and saw them, said, man, they look like the children of God. They were afraid. Because that's one of the blessings. Yeah, that's one of the blessings that just been reading in Deuteronomy, how they going to be afraid of you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You just keep watching. Therefore, yeah, we ain't going to be doing all that foolishness out there with that loud voice, all clamorous. It will be humble and merciful and kind and gentle, but they don't know. The minute they put their hands on something bad going to happen, not just to them, to their whole family. Therefore thou shalt speak unto them this word. Thus said the Lord God of Israel, every bottle should be filled with wine. And they shall say unto thee, no, do we not certainly know that every bottle should be filled with wine? And Lord God showed me, when everybody was filled with wine, he showed me the earth doing that, swaying backwards and forth. And that's when the Lord God showed me this. Thus said unto them, thus said the Lord, behold, I will fill all inhabitants of this land, even the kings that sit upon David's throne, the priests, the prophets, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, what drunkenness. And that's, boy, he gonna shake. That's all. Okay. I will dash them one against another, even the fathers and the sons together, say the Lord. I will not pity nor spare, nor have mercy, but destroy them. And so when I was over there on that piece of dirt, God showed me that earthquake. Boy, he showed me. Oh man. In his words, he showed me. Showed me everything was gonna happen. Yeah, he was showing that Mediterranean coming in on. Nothing they could do. Nothing to do. I told a woman, said that I told her said Mediterranean coming in on. She laughed at that. That's not gonna come in. That's never gonna happen. That's what she said. Well, she laughed at. Hear ye and give ear and be not proud, for the Lord has spoken. Give glory to the Lord your God before he calls darkness, before your feet stumble upon a dark mountain while you look for light and turn to the shadow of death and make it gross darkness. I just been reading to you about the darkness. That's a wisdom Solomon. That's what he did just before he came back. Just before he came back, that was the last plague, that darkness. So when he come back, you know when he come back, it's gonna be dark. He's gonna turn it all into dark. I'm just telling you, man. The earth gonna shake. The earth gonna shake. I already told you that. And then after we do that great earthquake, it's gonna cause darkness all over. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Just like the Lord God said, just like they talking about this planet. You gotta understand, man, you don't know everything. We do not know it all. We don't. We don't. And so they have another planet that can come in and block out everything. He can. He can do it. Lord God don't tell him what he can't do. He can block out everything. Yes, he can. Block out the stars in heaven, block out the sun, block it all out. Yeah. Yeah. But if you will not hear, my soul will weep in secret places for your pride, and my eyes shall weep sore and run down with tears, because the Lord's flock is carried away captive. So you know that those things have really happened to us. And say unto the king and to the queen, humble yourself, sit down, for the principalities should come down, even the crown of your glory. Yeah. Oh yeah. The city of the south shall be shut up, none shall open them. Judah shall be carried away captive, all of it, and shall be wholly carried away captive. Lift up your eyes and behold them that come from the north, where the flock that was given thee, thy beautiful flock. What wilt thou say when he shall punish thee? For what has taught them to be captains and chief over thee? For shall not sorrow take thee as a woman in travail? And the Lord God told you also, he said he can come in, what? Take the captive and bring them back where? To his holy mountain. Oh, man. So you got to look at that. You can't just look at that for the negative. You have to look at it for his good also. Because he told you, see, I'm coming back. And those that have been captives and enslaved, I'm taking all of them, that captive, and bring them back where? To my holy mountain. Oh, a beautiful flock. Yeah, that what he said. Oh, yeah. What will thou say when he punished thee? Because after he do that, what he going to do? I didn't read that to you. For thou hast taught them to be captains and chief over thee. Shall that not sorrow take thee as a woman in travail? And if thou say in thy heart, wherefore come these things upon me? For the greatness of thy iniquity art thy skirts discovered, and thy heels made bare. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spot? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. And that's what he know what he's talking about. He know what he's talking about. Therefore I scattered thee as a stubble that passed away by the wind of the wilderness. This is thy lot, the portion of thy measure from me, the Lord, because thou hast forgotten me and trusted in falsehood. Therefore I will discover thy skirt upon thy face, that thy shame may appear. I will see thy adultery. Yeah, I have seen thy adulteries, and thy nigh, and thy lewdness of thy whoredom, and thy abomination of the hills and the field. Woe unto you, O Jerusalem, what thou hast made clean. Will thou not be made clean when shall it once be? Say, when shall it once be? You know, so when you go, I told you I read that this weekend. The ascension, once again, I read the ascension of Father Isaiah. Yeah, and it tells how Jesus came here. Tells us that, oh man, these people have hidden all that for all the years, but Lord God made it so for this time, for you to humble yourself and repent and come on out of this mess. So let's go, chapter 23rd chapter, 23rd chapter of Jeremiah. So let's go 23rd chapter of Jeremiah. 23rd chapter of Jeremiah. Woe be unto you, pastor, to destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, say the Lord. Therefore, thus says the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Let me read that again. Therefore, thus says the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. You have scattered my flock and driven them away and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, say the Lord. I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries where I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, say the Lord of God. That's why the Lord God wants. That's what He's gonna do. That's why He tell you, man. Don't worry about all that they're doing to you now. Don't worry about that. Pray and come to Him. Pray and pray for your enemies. Psalms 109, Psalms 35, and become a nation again. Get back to a covenant. Start keeping all His commandments. And then what He say? He say, I'm gonna come and get you. I'm gonna come and get you. Bring it back to the fold. I'm gonna set shepherds over you, which shall feed you. What He? Okay. Behold, the day coming, say the Lord, I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the world. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and his name whereby shall be called the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the day comes, said the Lord, that there shall no more be sick. The Lord living, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord living was brought up, which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all the countries where I have driven them. And they shall dwell in their own land. See? Lord, come and get them, bring them back to our own land. Bring us back to the land that was covered up to us. Well, we the one. We holding it up. And say, why are you holding it up? Because y'all not holding it up no more. Whether you do it or whatever you do doesn't make a difference now. Because, like I told you, within a year and a year and a half, so what's going to happen? Lord God coming back, and He's coming to get us. And so whether you're ready or not, He's coming. Oh, yeah. And those who are prepared, He take those who have oil, going with Him. Those who aren't, who do not have oil, stand here. And they tell all the ways that He's taking us from this place. And that's what's going on right now. He's collecting 144,000. He's collecting the righteous. He's collecting the saints, all those being together. Because a lot of people not going to see this evil what's coming up on this world. A lot of them. That's what's happening. You might not think so, but that's what's going on. Okay, well, let us see. Well, it said, my heart within me is broken because of the prophets. All my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, and like a man who wine has overcome, because of the Lord and because of the words of His holiness. For the land is full of adultery, for because of swearing the land mourneth. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil, and their force is not right. For both the prophet and the priest are profane. Yea, in my house have I found their wickedness, say the Lord. Yeah, and where's the Lord's house? Come on, bro. Wherefore their ways shall be unto them as slippery ways in the darkness. They shall be driven on and fall therein, for I will bring evil upon them, even the year of their visitation, say the Lord. And I have seen the folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied to Baal and caused my people Israel to err. So what you mean? Yeah, what they prophesy? Oh, God wants you to be rich. God wants you to have new cars. God wants you to have fine clothes. God wants you to have the woman of your choice. I'm telling you all that, but that's not of God. Yeah, because when you go to this book here, let me see if I have it right. When you go to the book of Adam and Eve, it tells you what Satan offered Cain and offered all of them. And say, man, why you want to live in this miserable land? Come with us. Come, my man, come. Come with us, and I'm bringing you to the land that's flowing with. You don't have to live here. That was he told. That was he told all our fathers and them. You don't have to live here in this miserable land. You got a land better than that. They got women of your choice. You can marry all one more beautiful than the other. And he's not lying. Oh, he's not lying. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how Satan offer all of them the same thing he's doing you right now. Offering you in the same thing in the church house right now. That's what they're offering you right now. You don't have to live in this miserable land. You don't have to do that. You don't. You don't. That's what he tell you. That's what he tell you right there and then. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But hey, all to do is give it to you as he has given it to me. I have seen also, because if you want to know what Satan offered, go to this book here. The first and second book of Adam and Eve, and see what Satan offer all our fathers in them the same thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, offering the same thing. You don't have to live in this miserable land. You can come with us. Yeah. You can come with us and you can come in us and live with us and do as you please. And you can have any woman you want, all the most beautiful than the other. That's what he told. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's what we see. But we see, they say, thou to him very house that I call aloud, and their place all together come, and look, these beautiful beings, they were all gathered, them both men and women. Then the old one said to them, we are strangers in your land. Bring us some good food and drink, and bring yourself your women, because we entertain, refresh ourselves with you. When those men heard these words of the old one, everyone of Cain's son brought his wife, another brought his daughter. And so many women came to them, and everyone calling out Jared either for himself or for his wife. But when Jared saw what they had done, his very soul wretched himself from them, that he would not taste their food or drink. The old one saw it, wretched himself from them, and said to him, do not be sad. I am a great elder. You shall see me do yourself in this manner. He sprayed his hand and took one of the women. 5 of his companions did the same in front of Jared, and do as he did. But Jared saw them doing this wicked. He wept and said in his mind, my father never acted like this. Yeah. Yeah. But that's Satan. Yeah, that's Satan. That's what he said. As we say, and he offer all that to our fathers. Yeah, they all see he's doing the same thing that we're doing in the church house right now. Yeah, they offer me all that shit. Cool. Monies, land, houses. Come on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, I have seen the father, the prophet of Samaria, that prophesied of Baal and caused my people to err. Israel to err. Joyce Myers. I was looking at Netflix, and on Netflix they have it on about the gospel of the church, how they've been taken over, and they show all that. But that's just a farce. That's just a farce. They didn't tell you to keep God's whole commandments, not keeping God's Sabbath day, the covenant day, and not tell you nothing about that. And just tell you what they have become, and they're the same way. Want to be seen. Yeah, want to be seen. All that pride and took them over. I have also seen the prophet of Jerusalem, horrible thing. They commit adultery, walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of the evildoers. None do return from his wickedness. They all of them is unto me as Sodom, and inhabitants as Gomorrah. That was he told him. And yeah, well, say they strengthen also the hands of the evildoers. Because the police and all of them, they've been, the church house and thing, they could have been got together, and because they the one buys all this vanity stuff, and they the one worshiping Baal, and they could have got and boycott that, and things would have changed. Well, it's too late now, though. I'm just telling you what they could have done. It's too late now. Therefore, said the Lord of hosts concerning the prophet, behold, I will feed them with wormwood, and make them drink the water of God from the prophet of Jerusalem, and the profaneness go forth into all the land. And I told you, man, boy, when I saw wormwood, woo, boy, it's a beautiful sight. It's a beautiful sight to see it. But the end thereof, thus said the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophet that prophesied unto you. They make you vain. They speak vision of their own heart, not out of the mouth of the Lord. See that? Vision of their own heart, not out of the mouth of the Lord. And you listen to them. I listen to them. When all of them come out to their own heart. Andrew Womack, even that man, what's that man name? Oh, I can't think of his name. Stanley. Yeah, Stanley. Man, what's his first name? I can't think of his first name. But yeah, Stanley, the Cox, all of them do the same thing. All of them out their own horse. That's what he said. Can God lie? No. That was it. They speak the vision of their own horse and not out the mouth of the Lord. They say, still unto them that despise me. They say, still unto them that despise me. The Lord has said, ye shall have peace. And as they say unto everyone that walketh after the imagination of their own heart, no evil shall come upon them. That's what they say. Oh yeah, you know they're telling the truth. Man, listen to the people. Oh, this virus ain't gonna have nothing over you. You of God, it don't have nothing. John Test. And John Test talk about, I didn't know he had cancer, nothing like that. But John Test been into the gospel for a long time. Well, that's what they think is the gospel for a long time. But if you've been there a long time, then why aren't you healed? Why did you have to go to the doctor and let them cut on you there, which is nothing wrong for the God and doctor and let them cut on them. But you supposed to have been serving the Lord God. Man, come on, man. And y'all see all these things happening, y'all still go with that foolishness. All right? Well, the Lord God said, you should, they say still unto them that despise. The Lord has said, you should have peace, and say unto them, one that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. But if you having all these diseases and things, come on, is that evil or is that good? I know when all that evil had came upon me and I was in that church house, that it wasn't good. But when I got out there and started asking God to forgive me and keeping all his commandments and got back in the old covenant, he started healing me. And I started walking back in all his ways that he had taught. Come on, man. Who had stood in the counsel of the Lord and had perceived and heard his word? Who had marked his word and heard it? Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. The anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed, until he have profaned the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days you shall consider it perfect. And that's where you at in the latter days. Have I not sent these prophets? I have not sent these prophets, yet they reign. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesy. But if they have stood in my counsel and have caused my people to hear my words, then they shall have turned them from their evil way and from the evil of their doings. And am I a God at hand, say the Lord, and not a God afar off? Can any hide himself in secret place that I should not see him? Say the Lord, do not I fill heaven and earth, say the Lord? I have heard what the prophets say. They prophesied lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. And I would say, boy, they say they dream about their big churches and their congregations and all. Which thing to cause my people to forget my name by their dream, which they tell every man his neighbor. And as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. And that's true. A lot of them don't even mention Jesus. They don't even mention the Lord God of hosts. They don't. I listen to them. No, they don't. No, which thing to call my people to forget my name by their dream, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as his father had forgotten my name for Baal. The prophet that have a dream, let him tell a dream. And he that have my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is a shaft to the weak, say the Lord? Is not my word like a fire, say the Lord, like a hammer that breaks the rock in pieces? And I have gotten all that. I already told you a dream when he brought me those things in dream. Therefore, behold, I'm against that prophecy, the Lord, that steal my words, everyone from his neighbor. And when I turn on, when I turn on those different broadcasts, like on Sunday, and all of them be saying the same thing in a different way, but all of them saying the same thing. All of them, just listen to them. If one get one from warfare, I can do it better than him. Next one, oh, I'm gonna write this down, I'm gonna do it better than I used to do it too. in the church house. And that's why a lot of them you see regurgitating the same fables and the same lies. Yeah, yeah. Therefore, yeah, that's what they do. Therefore, behold, I'm against the prophecy of the Lord that steal my words, everyone from his neighbor. Behold, I'm against the prophecy of the Lord that uses their tongue to say, he said. Lord, behold, I'm against that prophet that prophesied, against them that prophesied false dreams, say the Lord, and to tell them and cause my people to err by their lie, by their likeness, by their likeness. Yet I sent them not, nor command them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all. Said Lord, you have them profit. Nope, nope, nope. And when this people, or the prophet, or the priest shall ask thee, saying, what is the burden of the law? Thou shalt then say unto them, what burden? I will even forsake you, say the Lord. And as for the prophet and the priest and the people that shall say the burden of the Lord, I will even punish that man in his house. Thus shall you say, everyone to his neighbor, everyone to his brother, who had the Lord answer, what had the Lord spoken? And the burden of the Lord shall be mentioned no more. For every man's word shall be his burden. For you have perverted the words of the living God, of the Lord of hosts of our God. You have perverted. And so I heard this man this morning, John Hagin, talking about the communion and the bread. That man don't know nothing about the word of God and don't know nothing about the communion when the communion started. No, man don't know nothing about the word of God. When you go to this book, Adam and Eve, and what happened was that, what happened was that Satan was jealous of Adam because he hadn't killed Adam. And God raised Adam back up. Well, he had killed both Adam and Eve. And he raised them back up. And Adam still gave praise and thanks to the Lord. And boy, Satan got angry. He got so mad. And they had a piece of iron. I haven't read this before. They had a piece of iron that was shaped like a man. And he took it and ran up there and thrust Adam in the side. And blood and water ran after Adam's side. And God said, don't worry about it, Adam. He's going to do the same thing to me when I come down and become flesh. That's what he told him. That's what he told Father Adam. Yeah, because that was Satan that did. He was jealous. And he's jealous of us right now today. Because all that he have done to us and all that he caused these people to do unto us, and guess what? I just finished reading that to us. We're still going on. We're still calling on his name. And we're still looking forward to him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So that was going on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So then he was talking about all. Then what he said, there was for then the Father, and then God said unto Adam, since you have made this offering, have offered to me, I should make it my flesh when I come down on earth to save you. So that's the communion. I should cause it to be offered continue on the altar for forgiveness and mercy who partake in it appropriately. And so they don't partake in the communion appropriately. They do not. And then God sent a bright fire and offering Adam, Eve, and filled it with brightness and grace and light. And the Holy Spirit came down on the offering. And God commanded the angel to take the fire tongs like a spoon and offer it and bring it to Adam and Eve. And the angel did so, and God commanded him and offered it to them. And the souls of Adam and Eve were brightened, and their hearts were filled with joy and the gladness of and with praise of God. And God said unto Adam, this shall be accustomed to you to perform when affliction and sorrow shall come over you. You see? See, that was God told him. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. That man don't know nothing about it. Now I'll read this part to you, too. So we're going in the book of Adam and Eve. We're going to chapter. We're going to chapter. Because these people been lying to you, man. LXV3. So that's 8. LX8. And so let me read this to you. But Adam continued, look, the word of God withdrew from Adam, but Adam continued to make offering and as he had every week, 3 times a week until the end of 7 weeks. And on the first day, and on the which is the 50th, Adam made offering as he was accustomed, and Eve took, and it came to the altar before God as he had been taught. Fact that it was offering found favor. Yeah, fact is off that his offering found favor with God. So Satan hurried and took a sharp stone from among the sharp iron stone, which, let me see. No, I want to see. Forgive me. Well, anyway, let me finish reading. So Satan hurried and took a sharp stone from among the sharp iron stone, which was shaped in the form of a man. And Satan went and stood by Adam and Eve. And Adam was offering on the altar and had begun to pray with his hands spread before God. And Satan hurried with the sharp iron stone he had and pierced Adam on the right side, and blood and water flowed. And Adam fell on the altar like a corpse, and Satan fled. And Eve came and took Adam and placed him below the altar. And there she stayed, crying over him while the stream of blood flowed from Adam's side over his offering. But God looked at the death of Adam, and he sent his word and raised him up. And he said to him, fulfill your offering, because certainly Adam is worthy, and there is no imperfection in it. God continued speaking to Adam. This will also happen to me while I'm on the earth, when I shall be pierced, and blood and water shall flow from my side and run over my body, which is the true offering, which is to be offered on the altar, a perfect offering. And then God commanded Adam to finish the offering. When he had ended, he worshiped before God and praised him for the signs he had showed him. And God healed Adam in one day, which the end of 7 weeks and is the 50th day. And Adam and Eve returned to the mountain and went in the caves of traveling as they used to do, and it completed 140-something days. So, man, so these pastors, just like the Lord God tell you right there, see, the people lying to you. These people don't know nothing about him. Don't know where these things come from, where it started. And he just talking about Jesus. You got to talk about more than Jesus. Jesus was the word of God that was slain, and that came on because of what? Father Adam. Come on, man. Know these things, man. Don't just let these people tell you anything. Don't let them just tell you anything. Man, come on, man. Stop doing that, because you know more than them. When you read these books and things, and as the Lord God give them to me, I give them to you, you know more than these people. Well, let me see if I got 2 more to go, but let me read this to you. Well, I have to read this to you. The reason why I have to read this to you, because let's see, what King David told you. Yeah, well, you got to know. Let's see if I can get it. If I can get it, nope, that's not it. Let me see. All right, let's see if that can be it. Let me see if this is it. Nope, that's not it neither. Gotta find out. I'm trying to find out. Trying to find what King David said. Well, if I can find it, I'm gonna find it. Let's see. Nope, that's not it either. Let's see. Let's see. Teachers. Ancient. Let me see if I can find it. Oh no, it's not in that either. Man, this is something bad. They must really don't want me to find this. It's in Psalm 119. Some of y'all know it. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, Psalms 119. That's what it is. Psalm 119 and say, yeah, that's what it is. Psalm 119, verse 100. But let me go back a little further. He said, he started at Psalm 119, verse 97. Oh, how love I thy law in the meditation all the day. Though through thy commandments have made me wiser than my enemies. See, thou through thy commandments have made me wiser than my enemies. for they are ever with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for the testimony of my meditation. I understand more than the ancients, because I keep thy precepts. I have refrained my feet from every evil way, that I might keep thy word. I have not departed from thy judgment, for thou hast taught me. How sweet are the words unto my taste, yea, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Though thy precept I get forgive me. Through thy precept I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false word, every false way. And so let's go back. Do we say thou through thy commandments have made me wiser than my enemies, right? For they are all ever with me. Okay. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditation. So all these prophets and priests, that what the Lord God said, all these prophets, preachers, and teachers, I didn't send them. I didn't send them. So if you go read these books and things, you'll have more understanding than your teachers. And for the testimony, for their testimonies, you have more understanding than teachers because of thy testimony. And they are what? My meditation. That's why I meditate. That's why they say, man, where you get all that from? Because I got away from your teaching. I'm away from eating bread and milk and got into the meat part. And I understand more than the ancients because I keep thy precept. That's why. And I refrain my feet from every evil way. Man, come on, man. What you think? I'm just out here doing this for nothing? Man, I told you I had to repent for all, and I got all that from King David. That's right. Just like he said, I returned to King David, and then King David, and I got all these things. I know my time probably been up. Did I start it first? Nah, that's started. But anyway, my time been up. So let me finish with this here. And after the prophet and priest shall be the word. All right. So we read that. Therefore, since thou shalt say unto the prophet, what have the burden the Lord asked thee, and what have the Lord spoke? But since you say the burden of the Lord, therefore thus say the Lord, because you say this word, the burden of the Lord I have sent unto you, saying you should not say the burden of the Lord. Therefore, behold, even I will utterly forget you, and I will forsake you in the city that I have given to you and your father, and cast you out from my presence. That's what he's saying. That's saying, now bring an everlasting reproach upon you, and a perpetual shame which shall not be forgotten. That's what he's telling you. He's telling it to him. Yep, so we've got one more, and then I'm out. And then I'll save the other one for tomorrow. The other dream that he gave. That's a powerful dream, too, that he gave. Yeah. The word that came to Jeremiah chapter 25. Jeremiah chapter 25. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, the king of Judah, that was in the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. I have read this to you before. That was Jeremiah the prophet speaking to all the people of Judah and to all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, from the 13th year of Josiah, the king of Ammon, the king of Judah, even unto this day is the 23 year the word of the Lord came unto me, and I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, but you have not hearkened. And the Lord has sent unto you all his servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, but you have not hearkened nor inclined your ear. They say, turn ye again now everyone from his evil way and from the evil of your fathers' doing, and dwell in the land of the Lord which he have given unto you and your father forever and ever. What do they say, turn again now everyone from his evil way and from the evil of your doings, and dwell in the land that the Lord has given unto you and to your fathers forever and ever. But what we tell him, that's what he's telling you, not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. He's telling you, leave all that foolishness alone, man. Come back in the bonds forever, come keep all my commandments. And go not after other gods to serve and to worship them, and to provoke me not to anger, but the works of your hand, and I will do you no hurt. But when you're doing that robbing and looting, what you going after? Those gods. That's what you're going after. After those gods and those storeroom halls and everything, that's what you're going after. Yet you have not hearkened unto me, said the Lord, that you might provoke me to anger, but the works of your hand to your own hurt. Therefore, thus said the Lord of hosts, because you have not heard my words, Behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, said the Lord, and Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, will bring thee against this land, against the inhabitants thereof, against all these nations round about, and utterly destroy them, make them astonishment, and a hissing, and a perpetual desolation. Moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth, the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, the voice of the bride, the sound of the millstone, and light of the candle. And has not he taken all those from him? Yeah. And then what are you going to say? The light of the candle. You're going to have darkness. All right. Look, it say, the voice of the bridegroom, the voice of the bride. So that's going to be taken away from this land to all the whole world. That's going to be taken away. And where we going to go back at? That's what he said. I'm coming back for who? My bride. The bridegroom is coming back for his bride. He showed me. He showed me the bride. He showed me him coming back for the takers, man. He showed me everything. When I was on that piece of dirt, he showed it to me. Yes, he did. And the whole land shall be a desolation, astounding. These nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. You know that 70 years is up. And it come to pass after 70 years are accomplished, that I will purge the king of Babylon and that nation, which the nation you're in, say the Lord, for their iniquity in the land of the Chaldeans, I make it a perpetual desolation. And so that's what our father Abraham telling you. And I'll bring upon that land all the words which I have pronounced against it, even that is written in this book which just Jeremiah had prophesied against all the nations. All the nations. See? For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also. And I will recompense them according to their deeds, according to the works of their own hand. Just like our father Abraham has said, for thus said the Lord God of Israel to me, take ye the wine cup of the fury out of my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink. And the reason why I say, because what he did, not by might, not by power, man. He sent me to some places. He sent me to the places. He sent me to New York City where Malcolm X had died. He sent me to Memphis where King had died. He sent me to the Mississippi Deltas. Yeah, where what his name is? I forget his name. Medgar Evers had died. He sent me to Jamaica. Yeah, sent me to Jamaica and sent me to the place where what's the man name? Oh man, it's gonna come to me. Let me slow down for a second. Bob Marley. He sent me to a place where Bob Marley. He sent me to all the places where Bob Marley came from. He sent me there where Bob Marley came from. He sent me there. Yeah, that's where he sent me. He sent me to Atlanta. Yeah, let's see where else. So he sent me to Illinois, to the store that where Michael Brown had died. And so I delivered this message right here. That's where he delivered it. And as I delivered the message, he had more and more on to it. And then, man, as he had moving on to it, he filled it all up. And then when he filled it all up, he sealed it. And when he sealed it, he just, man, then he just told me, said, go ahead, because after this, I'm coming back and I'm going to judge them. I'm going to judge them. Yes, he is. Yeah. For thus said the Lord God of Israel to me, take this wine cup and the fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink. And told you I had drunk out maybe 2 or 3 cups. I know, yeah, I had drunk out 3 cups for sure. And they should drink and be, more than 3 cups. And they should drink and be moved and be made mad because the sword that I was sent among them. See that? And they should drink and be moved and be made and be mad because the sword that I was sent among them. Then I took the cup at the Lord, saying, and made all nations to drink whom the Lord had sent me, and to the wit Jerusalem and the city of Jerusalem, to the wit Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof, the prince thereof, to make them a desolation, astonishment, a hissing, a curse, as it is this day. And that's what they are. Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and his servants, and his prince, and all his people, and all the mangled people, all the kings of the land of Oz, all the kings of the land of Philistia, the Ashkelon, the Azar, Akron, and the remnant of Asher, Edom, Moab, and all the children of Ammon,
of Amon, all the kings of Tyrus, all the kings of Zidon, all the kings of the isles which are beyond the sea, Dedan, Timur, Buz, all that are in the uttermost corners, all the kings of Arabia, all the kings of the mangled people that dwell in the desert, all the kings of Zimra, all the kings of Elam, all the kings of the Medes, all the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, all the kingdoms of the world which are upon the face of earth, the king of Shishak shall drink after them. Ooh, he's gonna destroy. I told you, he's gonna show you destroying it all those kingdoms, destroying every last one of them. Therefore, thus say unto them, thus say the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, drink ye and be drunk in spirit, and fall and rise no more, because of the sword which I send among you. Told you. Where they done us, you ain't got to be out there with all that marching and all that clown. Man, you are the children of God. And how should the children of God act? How should the children of God conduct themselves? How do the king children conduct themselves? Come on, man. You are the children of God. And the closer you get to God, the more humble you're supposed to be. That's what the law of God teaches us. We're supposed to be not clamorous, not loud, not boastful, not full of pride, we don't have a heart of spirit. Oh man, come on, bro. We are humble, we're merciful, we're kind, we're gentle. We're all that of the law of God. We are perfect. Why? Because we are children of God. That God is our Father. And we aren't supposed to be doing all that foolishness out there marching and He's gonna destroy it all. He told you, you ain't gotta do none of that. God see you, He hears you, and He knows all. He waiting on you to get back in the bonds forever covenant. But you ain't gotta worry about that no more. Because like He said, all of your remnant gonna return. So you keep on out with that foolishness and you're gonna get punished. All right. Well, He said, therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus say the Lord God of hosts of Israel, drink ye and be drunken in spirit and fall and rise no more, because of the sword which I will send among you. And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup of out thy hand to drink, then thou shalt say unto them, thus say the Lord of hosts, you shall surely drink. And they're going to drink. I mean, they're going to surely drink. Watch. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, at Jerusalem, who shall ye be utterly punished. You should not be unpunished. Let me say. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, Jerusalem. You shall be, and shall you be utterly unpunished? See it? You should not, because that what they said, man, nothing gonna happen to us. We are God's chosen people now, but that's a lie. Them Jews are not God's chosen people. Jerusalem is God, is have the name of God, but those not them people in our land. Where we say, you should not be unpunished. For I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, say the Lord of hosts, all the inhabitants of the earth. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, say unto them, the Lord shall roll from up on high, and utter His voice from His holy habitation. Just like I told you, just like I finished reading to you, just finished reading to you in well, yes, in both of the books. I just finished reading to you in the book of Hashim, also in the wisdom of Solomon. I just finished reading to you that. Come on, man. Come on. Now it's in the Holy Bible. I'm telling to you in the Holy Bible. I will call for a sword upon all inhabitants of the earth, say the Lord of hosts. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord shall roll from on high, and utter His voice from His holy habitation, and shall mightily roll upon His inhabitation. And He shall give a shout, and they shall tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. A noise shall come even from the ends of the earth, for the Lord have a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, say the Lord. And that's what He said. Why you have? Because all y'all have done us wrong. Y'all done Israel wrong from one end of the earth to the other earth. Everywhere Israel is, you know what you have done unto us. You know. Yeah, nobody can say, you know. And you put it in your books and everything. You put it on television.
And you keep on reminding us of this. Oh, yeah, we was enslaved, and we used to hang you at will. We burned you at will. We destroyed your cities at will. We did everything unto you. But guess what? You are still here. I just finished reading to that in the book of Hashim, where what Moses' father-in-law has said, what you have done to these people, what you have done to us over the years and centuries. Oh yeah, that's why King said the arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Woo! And that justice is here now. Yeah, told you, man. Well, man, I got to go through all this with y'all. All I do is warning you over and over again. The Lord is on his way back. And the sword is in his hand. Okay. Well, you just keep on going. Yeah. And noise should come even from the ends of the earth, for the Lord have a controversy with the nation. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, and say the Lord. Thus say the Lord, behold, evil should come forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall rise from the coast of the earth. And boy, I told you, man, when I saw wormwood, I know that was spread. But also, when you read, when you read, I don't want to say it's in Jubilee, but when you read in the book of Asher, even the book of Enoch, and it tells you how the Lord God turned these angels upon each other, these fallen angels upon each other. But he didn't have to do that. When you go read the ascension of Father Isaiah, and ascension, when Father Isaiah get to the third and second heaven, he didn't have to have no password, especially for the second heaven, because they were fighting against each other. First heaven too, they were fighting against each other, and they didn't even ask for no password because they were too busy fighting against each other. And so when you go and read the book of Hashim, it told you that's one of the first destruction when you turn the angels against each other. Go read it, man. When my father's people talks about the fifth and the sixth distinctions. Oh man, let me see. Let me think for a minute. Give me a minute. I'm gonna tell you the name of it. The Hope in Indian prophecy. That's what he's talking about. Go read it. That's where the Hope in Indian prophecy come from. Come from us, man. Go read it. Go read it. Go read the prophecy. Yeah, thus say the host, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, a great whirlwind shall rise from the coast of the earth. And the slain of the Lord shall be in that day from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. They should not be lamented, nor gathered, nor buried. They should be dung upon the ground. And I told you I saw that dung upon the face of the earth. Man, I saw that dung. Yeah, this way, these things I'm telling you and reading to you, Lord God had already given to me in a dream or a vision. And then when he give it, then I'll come to the Holy Bible and look it up. And then when I look it up in the Holy Bible, that's what it is. To show me what's coming on the earth. And I told you, man, there ain't gonna be no 911. Ain't nobody gonna be calling no one to come and help me. Everybody gonna be in a mess. The whole world gonna be distraught in a mess. Okay, for why? Because the way they treated us. For the way they have done us. Go read what our father Abraham told and say he's going to judge all those nations. All right, I'm just reading it to you again, assuring you that was coming. So all that foolishness, all that marching and stuff, man, you ain't got to do all that. That's foolishness. That's foolishness. Why would I do that and I already know vengeance is mine, says the Lord. I'm already here. Elijah is already here. I already told you not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, Lord. I already told you within less than a year or so. I already told you that. A year or so left. And you still want to get out there with that foolishness? Well, look what the Lord God said. I'm not going to leave you unpunished. You go ahead on. Go ahead and do like you want to do. Go ahead. You just go ahead and see if I'm going to leave you unpunished. All right. And the slain of the Lord should be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. And there should not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They should be dung upon the ground. Holler, you shepherd, and cry, and wallow yourself in the ashes, you principal of the flock. For the day of your slaughter and your dispersions are accomplished, and you shall fall like a pleasant vessel. Now, who is the principal of the flock? Who is the principal of the flock? Who's the leader of the flock? Your pastors, your preachers, your teachers. Come on, man. Yeah, your prophets, all of them. That's what we say. That's what we say. Holler, you shepherds, and cry, and while yourself in the ashes, ye principal of the flock, for the days of your slaughter and your dispersion are accomplished, and you shall fall like the pleasant vessel. And when you say, where the hell's that at? Where that found at? Well, you go right there in the book of Enoch and read about the 70 principal men. Go read about it. The 70 principal shepherds. Go read. Go read and see what it says he's going to do to them. Yeah. And the shepherd shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape. The voice of the cry of the shepherds and the howling of the principal of the flock shall be heard, for the Lord has spoiled their pasture. And that's good. That's another thing. Man, I heard Paul Morton. Oh, we was born in the land. Oh, we was born. Well, no, we were born in Katrina. Well, send us some money. Send us some money. We need some money. All of them up there begging for money. Buy my book. Buy my CD. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. I need you to buy it. Why? To keep this thing going that is going. Oh, I needed you for the buy it. And so y'all can help this church and the worldwide ministry. Is God a beggar? Come on, bro. You serving God. You everything. Let me explain something to you. Everywhere I went, well, let me finish reading this. Let me finish reading this, and I'm going to tell you. And the shepherd have no way to flee, and the principal of the flock to escape. The voice of the cry of the shepherd and the howling of the principal flock should be heard. For the Lord has spoiled their pasture. You know he has spoiled their pasture. And the peaceable habitation are cut down because of the fierce anger of the Lord. See, and the peaceable habitation are cut down because the fierce anger of the Lord. What is a peaceable habitation? Well, you not in this church house, synagogues, the same way, and live in this peace and thing. And the Lord God did what? He had forsaken the covert. Say, he have forsaken the covert as the lion. For their land is desolate because the fierceness of the oppressor, and because of his fierce anger. That's the Lord God. Now, let me get into this before I leave. I know they're going to mess with the video. They're going to buffer and they're going to miss some words and everything. But try to just remember the chapters that I give to. But everywhere I went to a lot of places. I went to countries. Yeah, I didn't just go to from state or city. I went to countries. And everywhere I ever went, God provided. Yes, did he provide? He provided in a luxurious way that I was able to help others. I was able to give others where I went at. So what? Yeah, that's what the Lord God has done for me. That's what he has done for me. And he told you, this is that time. And man, y'all don't, man, you have somebody out there going out there with that marching and protest. This politics say, well, you can go out there if you want to, but God is not going to leave you unpunished. And then they say, well, what do you say about that? What? He said, because I heard him say, well, this is the way to release and telling you that this time. When you get tired, just like our people have been got tired before, what we did, we got on our knees, we repented, and we humble ourselves, and we send that cry unto our Creator, the Lord God himself, because vengeance is mine, say the Lord, and I shall repay, not you, because you man. He shall repay, and that's why what we're supposed to be doing. I tell you, I read that to you over and over and over again in the book of Hosea. Go read Hosea, and it tell you about the 3 days. The 3 days. And the third day, he said, and the third day, we're going to revive us. That's the third year. Okay, well, you just go ahead on like you see. But this is not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And I am Elijah. Until next time.